Test, test. Two, two, two.
So when I first got here, I went over there. I was like, "Oh, this ain't too bad." He's like, "We're gonna have you across the way."
Oh, yeah.
This is what I was expecting.
That's right.
At least we're all by ourselves.
Yeah, okay, good.
I kind of got crap everywhere right now for the moment. We'll get a little bit more squared away once I get. You're okay running the camera?
Yeah.
It's just I mean, we don't zoom in or anything. We'll just follow it. This is a little tricky. I haven't really checked around. I don't think you can take these windows out. I'm gonna try it.
Feels like we could. Oh, I don't want to foobar it, though. It's this one.
That window doesn't block us too bad. Well, actually. It's not great. But there's nothing we can do. Unless you get super creative with it, and when they get within the 10-yard lines on both sides, you just kind of. I don't know. We'll just deal with it.
Yeah. No big deal. I'll do the best I can.
That flap does open. I haven't had this camera in a long time. It'd probably be easier for you if that flap was open.
Okay.
I don't really know where the release is on it. This pregame needs to download. It should be playing right now, but
we were able to do, pretty much what we wanted, which was nice. Osborne's kind of down this year, so, you kind of take that with a grain of salt. But I thought offensively we executed pretty well. Defensively, we struggled in the second quarter. We had about a 4 or 5 minute lapse where it just seemed like we were disinterested in playing, and we gave up some big plays and eventually gave up 2 scores there to end the half. I mean, we did play a full game, but guys, I think the guys understand what's at stake here. Going forward with the teams that we have played and the teams that are coming up on our schedule.
And we're moving into week 5 now. We're going to be playing Rockport. It'll be on a Thursday, one day early. We were talking before we hit record that it's, because kind of get officials lined up. So you guys will be playing Thursday. Before we get into the actual team of Rockport, what do you think that poses challenges having it one day early? I know both teams have to deal with that, but just for you guys personally, what's the challenges?
Well, we tried to keep it as normal as possible. After the Stewartsville game, we practiced Sunday. We practiced yesterday. We'll practice today, and we'll kind of do our walkthrough of what we do on Wednesday. So, 3 days of practice and a one-day walkthrough. We're trying to keep days-wise as normal and familiar to the guys as possible. Kids are kind of a creature of habit, so we like to keep them in the routine. And you turn the lights on at 7, we go out and kick off. It's football, so I don't think the day will affect us. Now I'm more happy to play on a Thursday with school than coming and playing a game where we don't have school. So fortunately, we do have school that day, so it keeps it pretty normal for the kids.
Yeah, it's going to be that old adage of the Hoosiers movie where they gets out the tape, like you said, the lights will be on and football will be football. Look, let's move on to the Rockport, the team. When you're looking forward, what are some challenges that you think they're going to oppose to you guys?
Well, their offensive line looks big. I know they're able to run the ball. Their quarterback, I think it's Corbett Jacob, and he left-handed quarterback. He seems to be able to run their offense pretty well. The Meyer Korth kid at receiver, he's always going to he'll be tough. They're going to be big and physical, and I think it's going to kind of be stuff that we haven't seen this year in terms of the physicality and the play. So our guys need to be ready to play. Defensively, they're going to play a zone. It looks like we haven't really seen too much zone this year. So Cole back there throwing, he's got to be able to pick and find his windows, given the opportunity when we're in our pass game to execute that. And I think it's going to be a pretty good game between 2 undefeated teams, and kind of conference right now is kind of on the line along with bragging, right? So it's going to be a 4-quarter game with both teams, I think, kind of just hammering it out.
And you kind of touched on a little bit for your guys' offensive side of things. Like you said, that's the skill set you guys have. Kind of touch on the style of play you guys do, especially using Metzger as often as you guys can.
Well, most of Cole's runs this year have been off of passing, where they're not designed runs for him, but the moment he doesn't see anything open and takes off and run, then he just creates plays, and so he is a great asset to have running your offense. I think he makes everybody better around him. He is a focal point for a lot of defenses, which then opens things up for a lot of other kids on the team. So, yeah, with him back there, I always feel really comfortable with able to do stuff on that side of the ball. But I also know, in the back of my mind, you stop him and you're going to kind of stop our offense. So we kind of go as Cole goes. But fortunately this year he's been able to carry that load and gets his teammates involved. We got a good back in Trevor Martin. He's down no runner. He runs hard. 2 pretty good split receivers, Cameron Biondo and Hayes Weller. They're good possession receivers, and we got a big tight end in Griffin Kimmerling. So Cole has weapons to throw to. Our line up front's pretty big. We got an all-state lineman back, and then basically we have our entire line back from last year. We placed the left guard, but yeah, I mean we're solid. We just have to get things figured out. And I think once we can get figured out, we're going to be pretty tough to beat, because I still don't think we've reached our potential of playing our best football yet.
And then let's flip it over to the defensive side of things. What is one thing you guys absolutely have to avoid when facing Rockport?
Missed tackles. We have to be able to tackle. We have to be able to tackle in the open field. We have to be able to tackle. We have to be able to gang tackle. we're going to have to be able to tackle, and then we're going to have to be able to play pass coverage. I think if we can do those two things, we're going to be all right. There are a lot of play action pass. I think if our D line can get pressure and our secondary is aware, then if we can force the Jacob kid to throw quicker than he wants to, I think we might be able to create some turnovers. But he is good back there. He runs that offense really well. So I think defensively, if we can just get pressure and then be able to tackle and play coverage, I think we should be okay.
And then I'm not saying wins and losses, Coach, but what are the people that are going to be there in the stands watching? What are they going to expect in this matchup here on Thursday?
I think they're going to expect a pretty close game. I think it'll be, it's good. We're getting in kind of the meat of the schedule right now. Style of plays are kind of similar. I think we spread it out a little bit more than what Rockport does, but if people come watch it, I think they should expect a physical football game that's going to be 4 quarters of back and forth, and I don't expect this thing to be outside of probably a two score game. So, either way, I'm not saying we have to show up to play, because if we don't show up to play, they can blow us out. But if we show up to play and they show up to play, I think that score is going to be within 6 to 12.
All right, we're talking with head coach Josh Peterson of the South Holt Knights. They're taking on Rockport this Thursday. It will be on the KMA Extreme on KMAland.com, so we will be featuring that game, encouraging everybody to tune in. Hey, Coach Peterson, thank you so much for getting this interview in, and we will see you on Thursday.
You bet. Have a great day.
As they throw it, 318 passing yards on the year, along with 255 rushing yards for him. And Brock Holmes, I mean, he has been completely dominant this entire season. I've watched a few Rockport games, and he has been their workhorse, definitely. He scores a lot, and he gets loose. And obviously, Cole Metzger, as you mentioned, the KMA Player of the Year, over 1,400 total yards just in 4 games and over 32 total touchdowns. I mean, that's just unheard of. Some keys for Rockport. Obviously, you got to slow down Cole Metzger. You got to make him think quickly, and you can't give him time to throw, because if you give him time to throw or run, he's going to make you pay. You've got to keep the contain, keep him in the pocket, and make him think quickly and make him make mistakes. If you're South Holt, you've got to stop the run game of the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays are absolutely unstoppable on the run. If you let them do it, you've got to make them throw the ball. You've got to make Corbin Jacob work for it.
Yeah, most definitely. Seth and I were talking before the game even got started when it comes to Rockport and the defense. How are they going to stop South Holt? They've been putting up 70 points per game. Metzger, KMA Player of the Year, just causing havoc all over the season. We were talking, how are you going to stop it? And Seth had a good point. Maybe it's because you're going to have ball control on your offensive side of things. So the longer that Rockport can have it, that means Metzger doesn't have the ball in his hands. So their offense, taking nice long drives, might be the best defense that they have tonight. Nonetheless, they got to stop them somehow. And you guys are watching the coin flip here in the moment. So we're getting ready to go underway here. South Holt will be heading from east to west. Rockport will get the ball first. So, Seth, when it comes to two undefeated teams, what do you think the implications are for both teams as they head into it being undefeated?
Oh, and this early in the season, this can mean the world for these teams come November. If you lose this game, it can mean seeding. It can mean whether or not you even make the playoffs. Because if one of these teams goes on a lose, if they lose here and they go on a losing skid, that can completely kill your season. So this is an absolutely massive game. This is one of the biggest games that you're going to see in a long time.
Yeah, most definitely, and going to be an interesting matchup. Styles always make fights. Both these teams are kind of similar in their approach to the 8-man game. It's definitely going to be a good one. And as you see it here, we're getting underway. Rockport getting ready to receive. They're in the white hats, white jerseys, and blue pants here, the Blue Jays. And South Holt kicking off here, getting ready to come out here in the all blacks. Black helmets, black pants, and black pants. Sharp look here for the Knights. And here we go, getting underway on a Thursday night. Like Seth said, it's a unique setting. Talked to the coaches earlier this week. It's because they couldn't line up a referee, so that's why we're playing here on a Thursday. This crew was kind enough to come in and get things straight. And here we go. We are underway. That's going to be a deep kick there. No return there by Meyerkorth. So that is where we're going to be starting from the 15-yard line. That's where Rockport will get things underway.
Absolutely. Here we go. This is the opening drive. You're going to receive the ball. Normally teams that, you want to get that ball at half, wait it out, try to get a stop on defense. But I think Rockport's got to come out here and get some points on the board and try to start fast against South Holt here.
Yeah, there was a deferral by South Holt, so they could have taken the ball, but they're going to go ahead and believe in their defense. And here we are, getting things set up, first thing underway. Jacob in that pistol formation. Sends Holmes out. Going to let Jacob just keep it himself, and he does get a positive yardage there. He's going to go ahead and take that. Looks like it's about the 23-yard line. Nice gain here on first down.
Yeah, and there's that design quarterback run that we've seen all year from the Blue Jays. They love Corbin Jacob wearing number 17, and, if you were a little bit visually impaired, you would almost think he's Josh Allen, how much he runs. He runs, he throws. He's a really, really well-rounded quarterback. It's just, a matter of, can he make the decision, quick enough? A lot of the times he's slow getting the ball out, holds the ball for a little bit longer. So, he's got to make those quick decisions and get it to his receivers.
Blue Jays trying to get in their formation correctly. Two receivers to the right. Holmes beside Jacob there. They're actually going to throw the ball. The lefty gets back. He does have good pocket time. He does try to find Meyerkorth deep. Did have a step on his receiver. Had the angle. Just couldn't find him there. Nice, decent ball. Just couldn't. A little more touch on it would have been the key there, but that's an incomplete pass there to Meyerkorth.
Yeah, if that's a completion for Rockport, it's a touchdown all the way. Meyerkorth's got great speed. He's actually returned a couple kicks already this season. And, whenever you got a receiver that open, it's very tough to miss those throws, especially against a team like the Knights.
Early game jitters, big game jitters, all of that. So maybe, for the Blue Jays, Jacob gets that one out of the way, settles in here. It's only the second play of the game, so he's got a balance set here. Got that fullback guy next to him. Going to out pattern. They do get it to Meyerkorth that time. Brought down quickly, but I believe that's going to, not quite move the chain. So really just about a gain of 1 on that quick out pattern there. Not much achieved. What do you do here, Seth? Fourth down. Man, on your side of the field.
That's very close. I would almost be aggressive and go for this. You want to try to get these points. Obviously, you don't want South Holt to get ahead, but, you just need 1 yard. You got that big quarterback. I think maybe you can design a quarterback run and get it right up the middle here.
And when it comes down to the offensive line, we kind of talked about how big they were earlier. They're all 6 foot tall, averaging about 230, but South Holt's not going to be an easy one to move as well. They got the Milne brothers there on the inside, and we are in a shotgun formation. Going to hand it off, or fake it to hand off, and Jacob's going to keep it, and he's going to get it. So Coach Jones made the risk, and he got the right call. That's going to be a first down here for the Blue Jays.
Absolutely. Dalton Jones, he's been a great coach for the Blue Jays so far. That's just kind of his style. I mean, he wants to score. He wants to get up on the scoreboard first before anybody else and try to beat you with his points.
Beautiful night here in Oregon, Missouri. No wind at all. Still pretty nice out here. Blue Jays get their first down to go out there with that shotgun. 2 runners in the back. Oh, backfield, and Jacob actually goes between his legs and gets brought down abruptly. So that's going to be a big loss on first down. Not what they wanted. Market back there to ankle tackle him.
Yeah, definitely not what you want right there, but, I mean, that was probably the best outcome for that play. Ball goes right between his hands. Wasn't quite ready for the snap, kind of fumbled it around and was able to get back on. Almost was able to get a throw out there, but the South Holt defensive line, as you mentioned, I mean, they're right on it. They're not going to let him get too far. First
down and a loss of 8 after the big risky move. That's not what Coach Jones was wanting to happen on first down. Got to get positive yards on first down, and -8's not the way to go about it. So we're going to go empty backfield here. 2 receivers to his left. Geib way out to his right. Geib's actually going to go in motion. Meyerkorth is open. Meyerkorth is a step on his man. They do have a completion. Nice job by Meyerkorth. Stiff arm, and he's going to take it to the house. There is the sophomore receiver, Jack Meyerkorth, getting his 3rd receiving touchdown of the year, and boom, the Blue Jays attack and go for it on 2nd and 18. Score, and they got the first lead of the game, 6-0.
And there's Corbin Jacob making up for it. That second play of the game, he had Meyerkorth deep down the field, wide open, would have been a touchdown. And here he comes out here, makes up for it, hits him for the touchdown. Meyerkorth able to beat his man, outran him just straight to the end zone. And that is huge for the Blue Jays to start off with a touchdown.
Very similar to that play where he missed him earlier. He's kind of flipped it around, kind of a long drag route, on the yardage drag route, and Meyerkorth gets hit and makes the move on the yard after catch. Here on this 2-point conversion, Jacob's going to keep it, but he is brought down promptly there by Milne, and Milne does not let him get in. So it is going to be 6-0. 6-0 on that first drive. Rockport with the first touchdown of the game. Going to be many of them to go, so everybody stay tuned to that one. But at the moment, nice long pass there from Meyerkorth, or to Meyerkorth for a touchdown. 6-0 is the score. We'll be back right after this on the KMA Extreme. Dusty Scahill, Seth Morey will be back. KMAland.com.
Is believing. That's what you'll hear from customers that choose Barrett Auto Center of Glenwood time and time again. Barrett customers come in for vehicles and service work, but they come back for conversation and honest advice. They want one of the largest pre-owned and fully serviced inventories in KMA land, and they return when they've gone elsewhere and it just isn't the same. See and believe for yourself how little differences add up to a better car buying experience. Come back to Barrett's and Barrett'sAutoCenter.com.
All right, welcome back here to Oregon, Missouri, watching the South Holt Knights host the Rockport Blue Jays. Undefeated teams going at it here. And we waited no time for some fireworks. We got a first drive touchdown. The Blue Jays take it to the house. The man that caught the touchdown, Meyerkorth, is kicking off here. They kick off a liner. It's going to take a couple bounces. Metzger is going to gather it up. They're going to have all eyes on him all night. They do so again. Nice gang tackle there from the Blue Jays. So, Seth, real quick before we get out here, kind of a brief rundown on that last play to Meyerkorth.
Yeah, and it was just, a simple drag route across the field, kind of what they did on that second play where Jacob couldn't quite get the ball to him. They just kind of flipped the play, just drag route across the left side of the field. And on that play, if you're the receiver, you just got to beat your man. You got to get ahead of him. You've got to use your speed and your hands and your quickness to get loose, and that's exactly what Meyerkorth did.
All right, 6-0 is the start, and here comes the old dangerous South Holt Knights offense led by Cole Metzger, the do-everything quarterback for the Knights. KMA 8-man and Missouri Player of the Year. Actually going to do a handoff first, and he slips. I believe that was Market, takes a slip, so that's going to be 2nd and 11 or so here coming up here for the Knights.
Yeah, that's number 12, Kenan Milton, coming off the edge. They actually brought a DB down to kind of blitz off the edge, and if I'm Dalton Jones for the Blue Jays, I'm going to do that a lot. You got to get extra pressure on Metzger and in that backfield to try to make him uncomfortable.
So they're going to be back inside their own 20 now on 2nd down. That first play going nowhere for Market. Actually going to let Metzger scramble around there. He gets a good chunk of that back, does get past the original line of scrimmage, takes it to the 25-yard line, third down coming up.
Yeah, there's just another one of those designed runs. I mean, as I mentioned, over 1,400 total yards from Metzger. I mean, he can run it, he can throw it, he can beat you any way possible, and that's what's so tough. He always keeps the defense guessing, and right there, a nice little gain on second down to try to get him back and get him a little bit past the line of scrimmage there.
Not a good first down play when you're pretty happy to get it to 3rd and 9 here, but 3rd and 9 is what they got. He's got trips to his right, sends a man in motion. They're going to go back for a pass, but Metzger does this often, and man, they get his feet. He was going to run, but they clip him down. That's big number 99, Ryder Heron, with a tackle for loss. That's his 4th tackle for loss on the year. Man, Blue Jays came to play, Seth.
Absolutely, and Ryder Heron, he's struggled early in the year, trying to get that penetration against the offensive line. He's big, he's strong, he's 6'2", 263. He's just got to get his hands up and fight the offensive lineman. That's exactly what he did. Just shed his block and got straight to Metzger and blew that play up.
So, Blue Jays got risky with it on their first drive here. They were in about the same territory as South Holt is here. But 4th and 10, it looks like they're going to have Cole Metzger go back and punt. At the moment, you got to be wary of it. There was a lot of movement there. Some Blue Jays jumped, and then eventually a Knight jumped there, but we'll see what they end up calling here. They're going to say that the Blue Jays did not cross the line, so that's going to be a penalty on the offense, moving back 5 more yards. So 4th and 15 is what they're going to be punting from now.
Yeah,
little farther back.
Just making it tougher on themselves. South Holt, they definitely, this is not a game that they can beat themselves up in. They can't fall asleep on Rockport, obviously. Both teams 4-0. They got to be ready here.
So here it comes. Good snap. Kick is off, but it is high and short. The Blue Jays are going to just let that go and not get a great bounce as well. It's still going to stay on the South Holt side of the field. So the 39-yard line on enemy territory is where the Rockport will start here on their second drive after getting a touchdown on their first one.
Yeah, welcome Rockport to the land of opportunities. This is huge. The opportunity to go up 2 scores on this team is absolutely massive. I mean, how many times has South Holt even been behind in a game? Because it's not much.
I would imagine it hasn't happened this year. So here we go in that pistol formation. Jacob's going to do a read, and Holmes makes a man miss, and he's got nobody in front of him. He's going to take it to a house. One play, handoff up the middle, and Holmes takes it for a touchdown. Man, Seth, what is happening here?
Yep, and there's just Brock Holmes. I mean, he is absolutely so tough. 5'8", low center of gravity, strong legs. He gets forward, and then whenever you let him get into the secondary, he is gone. You can forget about it, and that's exactly what happened right there. This is huge for the Blue Jays, going up 2 scores early. Now they got to try to get the 2-point here.
So they're going for that 2-point conversion. Did not get it the first time. It is 12-0 at the moment. Jacob breaks the huddle. He's got 2 receivers to his left. That's Holmes and Meyerkorth. Guy is out wide, but at decoy at most if they don't even put him in motion. They do put him in motion. They're going to fake the handoff to him up the middle, and Jacob walks in. So that is going to be 14-0 here. Experts did not see this coming, I would say. So 14-0. Going to be a kickoff happening after this. Big offensive possession here by the Blue Jays. Get it to 14-0. We'll go ahead and take a quick break, gather ourselves, and bring you the kickoff right after this.
For 30 years, Chat Mobility has provided Southwest Iowa with the latest technology and a high-speed nationwide network. More importantly, Chat Mobility provides real customer service that you can only get from a local company. When you choose Chat Mobility, we take the time to answer all of your questions and to make sure you're totally comfortable with your phone. You'll have peace of mind knowing that we are here to help with any concerns you may have going forward. Real hometown customer service only from Chat Mobility.
All right, welcome back to the KMA Extreme here. We're in Oregon, Missouri, watching South Holt host the Rockport Blue Jays. Blue Jays go up 2 quick. Seth, kind of give us a rundown of what was happening there.
Yeah, and that's just Brock Holmes. I mean, taking it, 38 yards all the way down the field and just scoring that's going to be a touchback for the Knights, and they're going to start on their own 15. But, I mean, Brock Holmes has been doing it all year. 13 total touchdowns. He averages over 100 yards per game. So there's a big dent in that. I mean, he's probably going to reach his 100 yards here if he keeps obviously playing like he has. He's only has one rush, and that's the one touchdown. And he's going to be so tough to tackle. It's going to be a wake-up call for this Knights defense, to try to get after a runner of that caliber.
So South Holt coming out here for their second possession of the game. They're on the 15-yard line. See what Cole Metzger can do after that 3 and out. Not like Seth said, I wonder how many times they've been behind. I wonder how many times they've even gone 3 and out this year. And then even more negative coming up. They're going to say another false start here on the Knights. So not much going right so far. They're trying their hardest, though.
Yeah, I think it's just the jitters, I mean, you get out here and they haven't really played anybody like, anything like Rockport, this tough team. And I mean, they're definitely have some keeks to work out.
So 1st and 15 from their own 10 coming up. Metzger goes back for a pass, but the middle opens up. They're ready for him, though. They've definitely seen him probably many a times. They let the middle open up, but the defensive linemen have gone forward and kind of dropped back to that middle. That time Gabe Gebhardt goes there and meets him in the middle. Gives a minimal gain there. Probably a gain of, maybe 1 or 2.
Absolutely, and if you're an inside linebacker there, hanging out in the middle of the field, right as number 3 takes off, you've got to go with him. I mean, you have no other options. If you're covering a receiver, you've just got to go with the quarterback because he is so dangerous with his feet.
I liked a good strategy so far for the defensive line because you're probably not going to get Cole Metzger back there if you do rush him completely. So almost everybody on a spy and just kind of wait and see when he's going to bust his move, then everybody goes. So here, Cole Metzger's going to go back for a pass, and more of the same. He's going to scramble. Does have a man open, and he finds him through across his body, which is ill-advised, but he was so open that it ended up working out. That's Cameron Biondo. I believe that's Biondo's first reception of the year. Nice play there by Metzger. Metzger just doing Metzger things and finds the man for a nice first down pass there on 2nd and long.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, Dusty. I mean, he was completely smothered in the backfield by Gebhardt. I mean, there was hardly any chance for him to go anywhere, and he just he's keeping his eyes downfield. That's huge if you're a quarterback, trying to stay and find that open receiver. And he found, wide open out there in number 9,
Cameron Biondo.
Yeah, he was just absolutely wide open, nobody near him. Miscommunication on defense, but, you can call it miscommunication, or you could even say, that's just Metzger. Everybody's got to go with him whenever he runs to one side, and that left open the receiver, and they were able to get the first.
So taking a timeout. I didn't quite see who was taking a timeout. I was writing some stats down, so nonetheless, they're taking a quick breather here. We'll stay with us because we had enough to talk about. There is still enough to talk about, even though we've just a couple minutes into the game, we got 2 big scores and some big plays happening already. We knew it was going to happen, but still, it's kind of fun to watch, Seth.
Absolutely, and on the way over here, I was listening to pump up music. I was getting into this game. You got to feel it, you got to get excited, and now, it's already delivering.
So here we go. Here, first down coming up. Metzger's going to do a screen pass to Biondo. They're going to give him another catch, and Biondo gets another first down, and he's got nothing but green in front of him. Meyercourt's going to have to stop him, and he does. But that goes all the way down to the inside the 15-yard line for a first down. That's going to go down to the 12. So there's the Knights that we're all used to.
And there is a flag on the field, and Metzger is upset and walking backward, and it's going to go against the Knights.
So a hold is going to bring that play back. That was going to be got about a 40-yard screen pass there to Cameron Biondo, and that will all come back. So instead of 1st and 10, it is going to be 1st and it's technically a spot foul was a screen, so it's going to be not quite 1st and 20. It's going to be marked back all the way to the 21-yard line, so it can be 1st and about 16 to go.
Yeah, Rockport catches a huge break there. And if you're Rockport, you've got to understand that that's going to happen. Those big plays are going to happen against South Holt. It's just if you can limit the amount of them.
So we got trips to the right. Metzger is on that shotgun formation, sends Biondo in motion. He's going to go for him once again, but that ball's tipped off and picked off. They tipped it and picked it. What a play there.
Touchdown
picked off by Kendon Melton. That was tipped by Ryan Hayden. Hayden having himself a game so far. And Melton gets in for a touchdown, defensive touchdown here for Rockport. Huge play.
You've got to be kidding me. I mean, and that was just such a great play. Getting that big old bear paw up in the air, knocking down the pass, and right as he hit that, I could see who was that? That was number 12, Kendon Mill. I could see it. He had the big sack to start the game. Now he's got a pick six. I mean, that is huge. Now Rockport goes up 20-0 now they got to try to get their 2-point, obviously, and 2 points are going to be huge in this game. Every single point matters, and you don't want to get too full of yourself if you're Rockport here. You got to keep the foot on the gas.
So it's going to be a 2-point conversion coming up. Fake it. Jacob gets in. Waltz is in. That's going to be 22-0. Man, what a crazy play going on. Just huge stuff going on here. 22-0 after that huge play. Big first quarter here from the visiting Blue Jays. We'll be back right after this after we gather ourselves. 22-0. Rockport goes up. We'll be back right after this.
Sure what you want to do with your life? Feel like your job is at a standstill? Get your foot in the door with area manufacturing companies at Iowa Western Community College's SEAM program. Sign up now in the Center of Excellence for Advanced Manufacturing through IWCC. Classes are just 2 early evenings a week with holidays and summers off. Improve your current skills and learn new ones that will give you a new career or even enhance your current one. For more information on SEAM, contact IWCC's Clarinda Center at 712-542-5117.
All right, welcome back here. 8-man Missouri football on a Thursday. 22-0. The Rockport Blue Jays surprising everybody with this quick start. Seth, I mean, that tip pass and an interception off Cole Metzger, huge for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the second time we've talked about Ryder Heron, and he already has had a huge stop, and now to get that.
Ball's on the ground, man, too. Metzger had to fall on it. That's where they're going to start.
Man, a lot of miscues already for the Knights. I mean, that's so many. But as I was saying, Ryder Heron getting his hand up there, 6'2", getting up there, and in high school, I mean, 6'2", 263. I mean, that's absolutely huge.
That's big.
That's massive. I mean, he's making their entire offensive line look small, and to get his hand up there, just to have the awareness to, hey, he's throwing it. If I can't sack him, I can at least deflect this pass and give my defense a touchdown with Kendon Milton taking it all the way.
So here we are, 22-0, and the South Holt Knights haven't even been past their own 40-yard line yet. They haven't even been at Rockport side of things, and they're going to get Rockport to draw offside. So any way they can chip things back is what the Knights are going to do.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to try to get everything against Rockport right now. They have all the momentum in the world, and they're just completely unstoppable right now. They are definitely feeling themselves.
So it'll be 1st and 5 here. Metzger's going to have trips to his left. Metzger's going to keep it. He's trying to get some blockers, trying to squeeze through, but a gang of Blue Jays are there to take it from him. He goes down hard, gets a first down, takes it down to the 36-yard line.
Man, and they're so close here. We're so close to feel. I could see Corbin Jacob making that tackle.
Almost took it from him.
Yeah, I know. He latched on the ball and just fell backwards trying to get that ball out. Good job by Metzger, though, to try to hold on to that. Good ball security there. I thought he was going to get that ball out just barely in bounds. That'd be another huge defensive play for the Blue Jays, but good job by Metzger to hold on to that ball.
11-yard run takes it to 1st and 10. Trips on that far side of the field to the right side of Metzger. Metzger's going to roll that way and just tuck it, and he's going to keep it. He gets one man miss, and then boom, there's a flag. So another big play here for the South Holt Knights. At the moment, it's a 43-yard run, but let's just hold and see what's going on here.
That might be coming back.
Back judge is the one who threw it. It might be another spot foul, so it won't be 1st and 20 if it's a hold, but we'll see. They did tell the linesman to stay put. This is going to be a big call.
Yeah, they were. I think I just saw the official talking to Dalton Jones on the sideline, the head coach for the Blue Jays, so this, it looks like they might be walking the ball back. Or no, it's going to go against Rockport.
So touchdown is good, so it is going to stand as a 43-yard rush. So they get on the board, touchdown from South Holt. So I didn't see the actual call, just went against Rockport.
Yeah, it was I do believe it was a hold in the secondary, yes, it was a hold in the secondary by Rockport. So now they're gonna line up for the extra point here.
So it brings it to 22-6. They do kick the ball, so it's going to be Trevor Market kicking it. Decent hold. The hold is good. Man, what a boot there they have. I've heard he's a good kicker, and that is up and good. That was no problem there. Nice kick from Trevor Market. So that is going to be 22-7. So it's always interesting when one team kicks and one team doesn't. So 22-7 at the moment. We'll go ahead and take a break, bring you more of this Missouri 8-man football coming up right after this. KMA Extreme, KMAland.com.
Salvage in Bartlett is no stranger to the ups and downs of owning and operating a small business. But no matter how much changes on their end, there's one thing that will always stay the same for their customers. It's cash. Call for the best scrap metal prices in the area and go ahead and test their unloading times. Then, when all is said and done, that's right, leave with cash. J-Dog Salvage, Bartlett, Iowa, 402-290-3124. That's 402-290-3124.
All right, welcome back here to the KMA Extreme here on KMAland.com. South Holt just scored to make it 22-7. They're going to be kicking the ball off here. Market boots it long. That's going to go in the end zone, no problem. So Rockport will be starting here on their own 15-yard line here, trying to keep the big momentum going.
Yeah, absolutely. Starting off the game, especially against the Knights, 22-0, and now that they've let up the big touchdown by Metzger, which was going to happen at some point, huge run there by Metzger to bring it back within a couple scores for the Knights. And if you're Rockport, you've got to keep your foot on the gas. You've got to try to score again here.
Like Seth said, you weren't going to keep Cole Metzger down all night. He did get one, but it's where you can't get him at 4 and 5. You can't just let him get that far. So see if Rockport takes a little bit more of a conservative right here. They're going to do Meyerkorth on a jet sweep, and that goes nowhere. He is stopped quickly. Tackle there by Griffin Kemmerling. Nice takedown there on that jet sweep.
And one thing I find interesting is that they're running the jet sweep there, trying to keep the defense on their toes. But, Brock Holmes, the last time they were on the field, took it all the way for a touchdown. And, you look to see more of him in this Rockport offense and, try to keep him going as, he's already proven he can definitely make the big plays happen tonight.
We are in the first quarter, 4 minutes left, and we've had 4 touchdowns. We knew it was going to be a high-scoring game, and it's not disappointing. Jacobs actually going to go on a nice slant there. Meyerkorth catches it, and poof, he is gone. That's going to be Meyerkorth's longer of his 2 receptions for a touchdown. Rockport not messing around tonight.
No, they just did it again. They absolutely did it again. The previous touchdown that Meyerkorth scored was the other way around. They just flipped the play, and they ran the same route. The Knights just keep putting the same defensive back on Meyerkorth, and Meyerkorth is just better. He's just faster, he's stronger, and he got all the way down the field. Right as you catch that ball if you're the receiver, all you got to do is just shake that one tackler, and it is to the house, and that's exactly what Meyerkorth did, and now Rockport goes up 28-7.
So Rockport takes 2 plays to score, going for that 2-point conversion. We're just under 4 minutes here in the first quarter, and just pure fireworks so far. Going to have a botched snap. It does end up in his hands. He's going to actually throw it, and he actually finds somebody. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
We're going to have to find a way to save that. What a play by Corbett. Jacob to get, it's only worth 2 points. That was more exciting than that. What a play. I didn't even see who ended up with it.
I'm not really sure. It may have been Brock Holmes there in the end zone that caught it, but that was one of the most amazing plays. That's got to go into his huddle highlights.
That was insane.
He fumbled the snap, picked it back up, and was getting torn to the ground. He was so close to hitting the ground and being down, and he just chucked it up to the end zone. I think, as you're the defense, you're like, oh, okay, this play is over. This play is dead. But not for Corbin Jacob. Got that ball back up in the air, and, it's a 2-point play. What are they going to do, pick six it? Probably not. So might as well just throw it up there and see if you can get it. And that's exactly what happened. He found a wide-open receiver in the end zone and just got the 2-point. So that extends their lead to 30-7. Rockport over South Holt.
So that was let's see if we get that total on that one. Trying to go back and see how long that was. That was a Should be like a 50-yard touchdown pass or so, man, to Meyerkorth. That is just incredible. What a play there by the Blue Jays. They're going up 30-7. Here we go. It's going to be a kickoff. Going to be just knelt down. They will be starting there on the 37-yard line for the Knights.
Yeah, kicking it to the big lineman there. I don't think he was – he kind of looked surprised. He caught the ball, kind of looked around like, oh, I have it. And he just goes ahead and does a smart thing, takes a knee. His team's going to have the ball here near midfield. That's huge field position for the Knights. And, if you're Rockport, I kind of like that, really. Try to get it back real quick and then score again because, your offense has just been tearing up the Knights' defense.
So they start on the 39-yard line. Big Trace Milne did not want that ball. That's where he knelt it down. So Metzger is starting here with the trips. He's going to actually tuck it and run. He's got nowhere to go, though. That might have been a block in the back, but they didn't call it. Metzger makes one-man miss, of course. Meyerkorth pushes him out of bounds. He advances it to the South Holt side of the field, though, takes it down to the 28-yard line. Nice play there on first down.
Yeah, that's a very nice play for South Holt. Very close to a block in the back there. I think he just barely held up right as Metzger was getting around the line. It was very, very close. But also, just to note the tackling strategy of the Blue Jays. I've really just seen them just trying to bounce into the offense. Just trying to bounce into Metzger. You got to wrap him up. You got to get him on the ground as quickly as possible. You can't let him bounce off you.
So we got first down. Metzger's got everyone to his left. They try to go on 2, and that's going to be a penalty. Moving back 5 yards. Man, just kicking themselves in the foot a couple times.
Yeah, and it's just kind of – it's very tough for a team, especially at the high school level. To it's on 2, and then, you get out there, and then, some guys don't hear it. Some guys, weren't paying attention. It's like, oh, it's on 2. And, you get that flinch, and then all of a sudden you're offside. Or no, it'll be against Rockport.
Oh, they're going to say they actually jumped. Oh, okay.
Yes, they did
never
jump.
mind. We just assumed, and I assumed on my scorekeeping as well. I got to move that all differently. So that's going to go on Rockport. It's going to be 1st and 5, actually, here from the 24-yard line.
Yeah, that was definitely close. I know that Heron jumped off, but I thought maybe there might have been a little bit of offensive flinching before that, but seems not.
Metzger's going to roll out, make one-man miss. They have to wrap up as much as they can. Holmes does bring him down, but not until he gets a first down. You got to get Metzger down on the first time as many times as you can. Not an easy task, though.
Yeah, absolutely. He's so slippery. He can make a man miss, quicker than you can say hiccup. He's so fast, and he's really strong. He can fight through tacklers. So, if you do get the chance to get him, you got to wrap him up and just hold on for dear life and just try to weigh him down.
We got 2:42 left in the first quarter, and Rockport has 30 points. Cole Metzger trying to get that deficit cut down. They're going to do a fake, roll him out to the right. He's going to tuck it and run. They're going to have to keep that corner. Meyerkorth does eventually push him out, but he definitely gets a gain. Takes it down to the 11-yard line. Nice little gain there on first down.
Yeah, and I almost wonder, that's all that they're attacking, is the corner, the sidelines of the field with Metzger. He has not even gone up the middle yet, so honestly, if I'm Rockford, I would almost look to send my edge rushers and just kind of back them off from pass rushing and just go down to the edge and just defend that.
2nd and 4, 2:30 left in the first half. Metzger's going to put a man in motion. He's going to actually back there to pass at the moment. He's going to tuck it and run, though. He's actually going to find a way to throw it. Does bounce it. Almost intercepted there by Meyerkorth, but that's going to be an incomplete pass there. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, Metzger's very, very lucky that one found the grass because that was going to be an interception and another huge play for the Blue Jays. But, also good eyes by Meyerkorth. Initially whenever Metzger, tries to tuck and it looks like he's going to run, everybody, you got to go to him and get him. And good job by Meyerkorth just keeping his eyes locked with the quarterbacks and just, able to look at where he's trying to look downfield and find the right man to cover.
3rd and 4, he's got trips to his left. He's going to roll out to the left. Got to get him when they get him as quickly as they can. Nice tackle there by Holmes. Oh, that wasn't by Holmes at all. That was by number 17, Jacob. Jacob takes him down. How close to that first down did he get, though? There's going to be fourth down. You do have a good kicker, but, heck, you're down by 23 points.
Yeah, I know. And if you're the Knights, you definitely didn't expect to be in this situation, certainly this early. I mean, whenever you're coming into a game, you got to think of all possibility, like, hey, if this happens, we got to be ready. But, I mean, I'm sure that it was in the back of their mind, but definitely not this early on. So, you got to try to get some points back.
So we go, fourth down. Big situation here for both teams. Man, Rockport, the momentum meter would be going off the charts if they get a stop here. Metzger's going to roll to his right. Meyerkorf's got a chance.
Yeah.
And he does so. Man, what a play there by the sophomore. What a play. Takes it for a loss. Turnover on downs. And they stopped him. Man, oh man, what a play there by Meyerkorf.
Absolutely. One-on-one, open field with one of the best players in all of 8-man. And you have to make that play. That's where Metzger, he thrives. One-on-one, open grass ahead of him. I mean, he's ready to go. That was a great play by Meyerkorf to get down, get around his ankles, and just trip him up and not allow him to go anywhere. And Meyerkorf got up flexing, and he earned it.
So here we go. Turnover on downs. High snap of Jacob corrals it. He's got a corner there, makes a stiff arm. He's got a first down. They advance it down to about the 31-yard line. Nice play there on first down from the Blue Jays.
Yeah, that's great. And whenever you have that threat of Brock Holmes in the backfield, you've got to keep, the defense has got to stay honest. They can't sleep on Brock and they can't sleep on Jacob. I mean, what are you going to do if you're the Knights defense? I think that they're finding out very, very quickly that Rockport has many ways that they can beat you, and that's just one of them.
1st and 10 to go. A minute left here. You're already up by 23 if you're Coach Dalton Jones, but you don't want to get too conservative. I mean, you have to guess that eventually South Holt's going to end up with over 30 points probably in this game. So you got to find that fine line between being conservative. I mean, you're not going to be throwing any bombs here by any means, but you want that clock to run, but you got to still be putting up points, and they did so there on first down. As I say that, they do put the ball in the air. Meyerkorf with a nice little screen. Nice little gain there on first down. Nice job there by Trace Milne coming back from the defensive line, and he's the one that tackled the swift-footed Meyerkorf. Gain of about 7 there, takes it to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, that was a great open field tackle by Millen. I mean, if he doesn't make that tackle there, I mean, then who does? Absolutely nobody. I mean, there was a lot of green grass in front of Meyerkorf, and he was just sniffing for his third touchdown of the day. But good tackle there by Millen. That's a good sign for the Knights, and stopping him short of those sticks and just trying to get the ball back, for your offense. But there's only 19 seconds still ticking down, so they're playing pretty conservative here. 15 seconds left.
2nd and about 3 to go. They're going to put 2 men in motion here. I don't think you can have 2 men in motion and then snap it. So someone was not supposed to be in motion. So this is going to go for a long touchdown, but it is moot point. That was an illegal formation there. So that is actually going to move back. Nice idea, but you can't do it.
Yeah, if that was legal, I mean, it's a fantastic idea. It's a great play, but, you absolutely cannot do it. And I mean, it worked to perfection, but, I mean, there's a reason why it worked to perfection, and, they don't allow it.
So it's going to be backwards there. 2nd down coming up. They're just going to move it back just a little bit.
See how many seconds they put on the scoreboard right now. It's reading 0 for the first quarter. But
so 2nd and 8 coming up. Illegal motion. Yep. And that will be the end of the first quarter. Man, what a first quarter it was. 30-7. Rockport comes out absolutely on fire. Nothing really went wrong for them too much. They are thrilled about that. We'll go ahead and take a quick break and bring you some more right after this. KMAland.com, KMA Extreme.
Since 1892, Malvern Bank has been building community from 404 Main Street in Malvern, Iowa. For generations, Malvern Bank has been serving local businesses, families, and farms to help them achieve their goals in every step of their lives. From saving for college to planning for retirement and everything in between, Malvern Bank is your full-service community bank. Call, click, or stop in today to apply for an account, loan, or credit card. Malvern Bank, we build community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Nutrient Ag Solutions takes the responsibility of growing seriously. As a leader in the ag sector, they provide their customers with complete agriculture solutions, including nutrients, crop protection products, seed, service, and digital tools for optimum customer success. Talk with Nutrient Ag Solutions in Westboro, Coyne, Percival, and Essex. Nutrient Ag Solutions, transforming agriculture and feeding the future.
All right, welcome back. Second quarter about underway. KMA Extreme live stream here. Dusty Scahill alongside me, Seth Morey. We haven't had much time to even catch our breath in that first quarter. 30-7 is the score. Rockport with the ball now and looking to extend that deficit. Jacob's going to go back for a pass, which is surprising to me. He's going to get taken down by Big Millen at the moment. But, man, he never goes down, and he actually finds somebody. They're going to gain a yard on that one. Man, how is Jacob staying alive on these plays?
We're talking about Metzger this entire time. We should be talking about Corbin Jacob. That was a guaranteed sack. He got wrapped up by the defender and was being taken to the ground. I don't even know how he got out of that. And then he got out of another one, and while he was being taken to the ground, he still found Meyerkorth on that, Melton on that, and was able to gain a yard.
So a big play aside, yeah, that was amazing, but even game situational-wise, that's about a 15-yard gain of field position. So it's going to be 3rd and 6 now. It could have been 3rd and 15 or so. So tremendous play there by Corbin Jacob, and they got 3rd and manageable coming up. Delay of game. Took a little bit too long to get that play in there, so it's going to move back to 3rd and manageable to 3rd and 11.
I was just before they called that, looking for the play clock. I was like, man, they have taken a while to figure out what they want to do here. I wonder what they were drawing up for that play. I do know that they have tried a couple trick plays, early in the season, but nothing too crazy yet from the Blue Jays. I mean, really, all the trick plays that they need are coming from their quarterback, Corbin Jacob.
So here we go. After one quarter, 30-7, Corbin Jacobs got a pretty balanced set. He's got Geib next to him. They're going to go back for a pass again. He's actually going to be looking for Holmes. Holmes does have a step. Just misses him by about 6 inches. Once again, just a little bit more touch, and maybe Corbin Jacob finds him there, but that's going to be a 4th down situation here. Probably the first punt situation coming up here for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, and, he was open, and that's one thing, if you're Corbin Jacob, you just kind of got to take just, half a second more, just, little bit of a breath and just float that ball in there. And he was super close on that. That's also a tough throw to make, straight over the top, trying to drop it into the bucket of Brock Holmes, and it's going to be incomplete and 4th down.
So after that first quarter, for some stats, as Jacob does a nice job of getting that ball off. Actually, he had to almost get blocked there by Big Trace Milne. That ball goes out of bounds, didn't go too far at all. We'll see where they end up spotting that. I was going to say, after that first quarter, Jack Meyerkorth, 133 yards receiving there, Seth.
Yeah, that's just amazing. And, he hasn't really been, totally dominant, throughout the year. Because, whenever you start a football season, you want to get the run game established and you just kind of work your pass game slowly, build it up, ramp it up. And they've really been ramping it up all season. And, here comes Meyerkorth, and he's just a great player. He's got good speed. He's got some great route running ability, and he can get open, and he can be that guy that takes it all the way, and he's done it so far.
So that punt ended up going out of bounds. Didn't go very far. It's going to be on the 31-yard line of South Holt. So decent field position here. And do-it-all quarterback Cole Metzger is looking to get this deficit away from 23 points here. He's going to try to do it as quick as possible. Tight bunch, nobody out wide at all. They're going to send a man in motion. We're going to hand it off, to Market. Market does get some gain there forward. Gets about 3 yards or so. Takes it to the 34-yard line.
And, something I noticed here, Rockport, obviously, they're sending in extra rushers to try to contain Metzger. But on that last play, if you're looking at the bottom of your screen, Brock Holmes kind of came in, and then right as they snapped it, he faked a spin move and then went back into coverage. So just kind of trying to trick the mind of Metzger just to try to keep him on his toes.
So we got a second down. Metzger's going to go for an option and nowhere to go. The Blue Jays do a good job of containing him. Even though he made one man miss, big number Ryan Hayden came down and sat him down, hit him hard, and that's what you got to do, mess up Metzger as often as possible. That's going to be a gain of nothing, too.
Yeah, that was just a great play by the defense of the Blue Jays. I mean, right as they see him move, I mean, they kind of already know what's happening. You know, they're ready to go. Like right as Metzger takes off, they know what's happening, and they've seen it on the game film. He's great with his legs, and you know, they haven't really let him get totally started here.
3rd and 8, and South Holt substitutes two big bodies and 2 smaller bodies come in, so they're going to spread things out. They got 4 guys out wide, balanced 2 and 2. Metzger's going to go for the backs of the pass. He's going to let go of it. That's tipped once again. I believe that's Gebhardt that got a hand on it this time. So the linemen of Rockport just doing a tremendous job, and that's going to be 4th down on their own 33, but they're down 23 points, but it is still early. I mean, it's an interesting psychological thing on how Coach Josh Peterson's going to handle it. He's actually going to think about it himself. He's going to go ahead and take a timeout here. 4th and 8 coming up. Big situation here, even though it's the second quarter. It's going to be a major play here on either end. We'll go ahead and take a quick break along with South Holt, so we'll be back right after this on KMAland.com.
Business majors at Northwest Missouri State University gain the knowledge and the experiences of agriculture as well as business foundations. Northwest's faculty focuses on 4 core areas: agricultural finance, agricultural marketing, agricultural policy, and economics of agricultural production. Career opportunities in this field at Northwest include agricultural sales representative, grain merchandising, agricultural lender, operations manager, and claims adjuster. Find out more about an agricultural business major at Northwest Missouri State University.
All right, welcome back here. KMA Extreme live stream. Dusty Scahill, Seth Morey on this call. We got Thursday 8-man Missouri football. Enough adjectives for you. At the moment, it's second quarter, 9:15 left, 30-7. Rockport with the surprising lead. Nothing went wrong for them here in the first quarter, and if they can stop them here on 4th down, even more momentum towards the Blue Jays' way. But they got 4th and 8 to go on their own 33-yard line to the South Holt Knights, and see what Colt Metzger can do magic here.
Yeah, I would imagine he's going to try to look to take off again.
That is going to be in the back of his mind, should be in the back of the mind of all the Blue Jays. They're going to go for a screen pass. They do set it up. That's Kemmerling on the catch, and he makes a good move and gets some blockers, and it's going to be up to Holmes to catch him, and he sways away from him, and that is a nice play on 4th and 8. Touchdown, Knights. That's how you bounce back here if you're Coach Peterson.
That is absolutely great. That is the one thing. I didn't even think of that. And, you know, he calls the timeout, and he draws that one up. He's like, hey, whenever Metzger runs out to his right, you know, Rockport's always, you know, they're coming down, they're coming after him, they're ready for him to run. And, you know, they were so ready for that Kemmerling was able just to be wide open. You know, it was almost like a little screen pass, just flip it back to him and let him go. He's really fast, and that's his 7th touchdown already.
47-yard touchdown pass. Kick is good, so that brings it to 30-14 here. Points, and more points here in this game. We knew it was going to happen. 30-14, South Holt bounces back there with an answer touchdown. We'll see what they do Kinnear on defense. Haven't been able to stop them too much. KMA Extreme on KMAland.com. We'll be back right after this to bring you the kick.
OSI is considered a premier global food provider by many of the world's leading brands. OSI delivers leading-edge food solutions for product development as well as processing. Much of it is done from their Oakland, Iowa plant. Being a leader in the industry allows OSI Oakland to give back to their communities by sponsoring area high school events, offering special programs for veterans, and other community outreach programs. Well, to learn more, visit osigroup.com and search for the Oakland, Iowa location.
All right, welcome back here to the KMA Extreme, getting ready for this kickoff. 30-14, 9 minutes left in this first half here in Rockport. Looking to do some more good on offense. South Holt looking for one of the 2 stops in a row. Got him to punt last time. See if they can get him to do it again. Kickoff here by Market is deep and towards the side. Meyercourt's actually going to catch it. And does he go out of bounds? Oh, they're going to say touchback. So caught it in the end zone. Going to say a touchback. So they will be starting from the 15-yard line here for their offensive possession. See if they can get something going here.
Yeah, and you know, now the Knights are in scoring. You know, they're within 2 scores, and if you're the Blue Jays, you've got to keep your foot on the pedal. You've got to keep going. I think you got to get Brock Holmes working even more. He only has 1 rush in this game, and he took it all the way for a touchdown. I'm not exactly sure why they have not fed it to him more, but he is in the backfield on this play.
In a game full of crazy stats, that is a unique one there, Seth. Yeah, got Holmes for one rush and for a 30-some-yard touchdown on one touch. And they've tried to throw it to him since then, but they haven't gotten it to him here. Let's see if they do so right now. They're going to go for an option, and Jacob's actually going to keep it. Does get forward, but South Holt does a good job of maintaining the line and not letting him get, looks like about just a gain of 1.
Yeah, that's good here. And if I'm Rockport, I'd like to run here. I like to, keep the ball. As we said before the game, play keep away. Keep the ball. Keep the time of possession on your side. Take your time. Take the play clock down. Stay calm. Get the play in. And just run your offense how you know it needs to be run and how it works well. Because they've obviously been doing that all season, 4-0 coming in here trying to knock off another undefeated team. I mean, somebody's going to leave with a loss. And right now, it's not looking like it's going to be Rockport.
So we got 2 receivers to the left, Guy out wide. I think they did not like that the play clock was going down, so Coach Jones is going to take a timeout here. He's going to take a timeout to preserve that 5-yard penalty. We'll go ahead and take a timeout as well. We got just under 9 minutes to go here in the first half. 30-14, lots of points going on, lots of points to come. We'll be back right after this.
No one succeeds alone. It takes support to get there. Sacrifices made by others, wisdom learned and passed on. When your business is agriculture, you dedicate your life to supporting community, doing the hard work that helps all of us thrive. It's why at PCSB, we believe in supporting you. Your success makes our community succeed. PCSB, we believe in you. Visit us online at wearepcsb.com. Member FDIC.
All right, welcome back, KMA listeners, watchers here. We got 8:16 left in this first half. Second quarter, 30-14. Rockport looking to extend that lead. Corbin Jacob in that empty backfield. They're actually going to go for a pass here. Jacob gets wrapped up, does get rid of it. It's tipped as well, so he doesn't go down, but it's going to be an incomplete pass. Bring it up 3rd and long.
Yeah, he's been able to make magic already tonight, being sacked in the backfield. But right there, good play right there by the Knights defense. Try to get something started on defense. I mean, they've been absolutely owned so far. But, I mean, the past 2 drives, they haven't allowed to score. And it looks like there's going to be 3 drives in a row if Rockport can't convert here.
So we got 3rd and long coming up. Holmes and Geib in the backfield with Jacob Meyerkorth on this side near us. They're going to do a fake handoff. Going to get Geib actually out there. That might be the first time he's touched the ball all year. I don't know if he has a reception, that's for sure. And a first down pitch and catch, and the Blue Jays move the sticks on 3rd and long.
Yeah, and just looking at that one play sample size, they better get it to him more. I mean, he was just fighting through the defense of the Knights, able to get forward for that first. That's a huge play. But, the player that you bring in, normally just to block, to play fullback, do whatever you need him to do. But, I mean, they're like, hey, why don't you go out on a route here and get open? And that's exactly what he did. And he got the ball thrown to him, and he got the first down. It's a huge, huge first down in this game.
Classic first down pitch and catch to number 62. We're going to snap it here. Jacob's going to have the middle up the middle. He's all good. He stays on his feet once again. He's just like a balancing act out there, staying on his feet. Nice first down run, probably a gain of 8 or so, and he's on the Knights side of the field.
Yeah, taking it into enemy territory again for the Blue Jays. I mean, that's been the name of the game. I mean, you've got to press the defense's back up against the wall, and Corbin Jacob has been doing that. I mean, he's been leading this team all night long and just running the ball all over the field.
It's funny, it's 30-14, and they have 30 points, but I don't think might have to do an equipment timeout here. That's not going to be a timeout taken from Rockport. So, I think I even see it. I think it's back in the middle of play. Oh, nope.
Yep, turn around.
They found it. So they're going to go ahead and take an equipment timeout, but we got some stuff to talk about. Hey, they're saying just everybody get back in here too. But even though they got 30 points, Rockport probably hasn't run too many plays on the side of South Holt.
No.
On that side of the field. They've had a long pass plays after pass plays, and maybe that run by Holmes was technically on that, but that was still a 30-some yard run there from Holmes. So they are on the Knights side of the field. They got 2nd and 1, long one to go here. Meyerkorth defending at us. Close to our camera as they can get. They're going to hand the ball off to Holmes this time. He does get a first down, so big result. Takes it on the 34-yard line. Nice little first down there.
Yeah, great play. I mean, there's Brock Holmes' second carry, and that's what he does. I mean, he gets forward, he breaks tackles, and he's going to gain you yards every snap. I've watched a lot of games by the Blue Jays already. I mean, some of the players, they see me, they're like, "Hey, Seth, are you a Blue Jays fan now?" It's like, no, I'm just here to observe and take sats and get ready.
Reset that play clock. A defensive substitution going on. Make sure everybody's got 8 people on the field. Here we are, first down here for the Blue Jays from the 34-yard line. High snap. It's kind of been a problem tonight, and that's the only time Jacob's fallen down in the backfield. Actually, they didn't have Jacob in there. That was actually going to be number 1, Weston Anther. I don't know what exactly was going on there. I guess is it a little bit of a hand injury there from Jacobs. I wonder if he had like a dislocated finger or something. So he was out one play, high snap, and that goes backwards. Not good there for Rockport.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what's going on with Jacob, but they are going to take a water timeout, I believe, here. So that's good for Rockport, just to try to get a breather in and try to figure out if there's something wrong with Jacob. Not really sure. Maybe they were just bringing in a different quarterback just to mess with the defense, but we'll have to see.
That long snap, that miss snap there will take us back to 2nd and 20. 2nd and 20 will be the play coming up when we come back right after this.
With a chronic respiratory condition, Rogers Pharmacy can provide what you need. Rogers Pharmacy offers a full line of respiratory equipment like oxygen, BiPAP, CPAP, and nebulizers. Rogers Pharmacy isn't a big box pharmacy where you may have to wait for days and weeks to get what you need. They're a full-service, independent, family-owned pharmacy, and they go above and beyond to offer you the quality service and products you deserve. See Rogers Pharmacy in Tarkio, Maryville, Mound City, St. Joseph, and Stanberry, Missouri. Visit Rogers Pharmacy online at rogersrx.com.
All right, welcome back here at KMAland.com. We do have Corbin Jacob back out there. He wasn't in on that last play. That last play was a missed snap that went backwards for 10 yards. Kind of messing with his hands on the sidelines. I hope he's okay. He does take the ball here with no fear and just goes ahead and runs it. He does get some of that missed snap back, takes it back to the South Holt side of things. Kind of a gain of like 6 or 7 to get it to 3rd and 13, 14.
Yeah, got it back to where he was whenever he was last on the field. So now, another big 3rd down here, obviously, about 3rd and 14 yards. And if you're Rockport, I mean, you're gonna definitely look for your passing game, and you're gonna look for Jack Meyerkorth. Obviously, I mean, he's already has, what did you say, 133 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, that's got to be your guy here. He's lined up on the near side of the screen against Cole Metzger, so be ready for that matchup.
Pass coming here. They're going to go long to Holmes. Wow, Holmes brings it down. Fingertip catch. Stays in bounds, and he's going to score. What a play on 3rd down there from Jacob to Holmes. Wow, Seth.
That was absolutely amazing. Don't you just love football, Dusty?
Man.
That was awesome. He missed that pass earlier down the other sideline, and now he finds, Holmes down the right sideline, and he actually got that one. He made up for the one he missed previously. He had a defender right there. He had about 3 inches of space that he could fit that ball into, and he did it. And what a great catch by Holmes, the running back. Fingertip catch, brought it in, stayed in bounds, broke a tackle, and scored.
Man, what a play. So many amazing plays in this first half. They're lining up for their 2-point conversion to look to extend this lead. Holmes, a 38-yard touchdown reception. They're actually going to do a little Tim Tebow option there, and he jumps and throws it to Meyerkorth. 2-point conversion good. They're just putting up magical numbers here. So it is 38-14. What a game so far. We got to take a break here, catch our breath, get a drink. We'll be back right after this here. 38-14 here in the first half. 5 minutes left to go.
Sid with Shaw Ag near Trainer. I'm learning all of the ins and outs of agronomy with my dad, Shane. I've learned that Pioneer seed is second to none and that they back that up with proven products and yields. I've also learned that if our customers have a question or a concern, we'll work until we figure out the answer or solution. I'm learning all of this because at Shaw Ag, we've made a commitment, and that commitment is our family helping yours. Call Shane at 712-520-1333.
38-14 is that score. 5 minutes left in the second quarter, and Rockport getting ready to kick it off. Nothing but huge momentum plays for the Blue Jays all night. What a performance so far from Coach Dalton Jones and his squad. Kick is received by Metzger. See if they can gather him up. A couple missed tackles, another missed tackles. He's still on his feet. They're going to have to get him down somehow. He takes it to midfield. Nice play there by the hard-running senior.
Man, he rolled off of about 4 dudes there all the way on their own side of the field, and he's just able to break through tacklers. Finally took 3 guys just jumping on his back and wrestling him down. Finally able to rope him down, but not before he has it into opponent territory. So now South Holt's going to be set up at the 39-yard line of the Blue Jays. Definitely the last thing that you want if you are the Blue Jay special teams is to set them up with good field position.
Yeah, if you're Dalton Jones, you got to tell everybody, preach to everybody, all the big plays have to be negated. We can't have any big plays. They're going to do a screen pass here. It is caught, but brought down right away. Nice tackle there by Meyerkorth. Hayes Weller with the reception. Had no room to run. Actually, a loss on that play.
Yeah, and that's Jack Meyerkorth again. On the previous drive, he stopped him on 4th down, got the huge tackle in the backfield on Metzger with open field, and he just comes right back, and he didn't even miss a beat. He's there again. Another huge tackle, and, who's the player of the game at this point for the Blue Jays?
Oh,
the entire team? They are all working so well as one unit, as one team. They are absolutely playing amazing.
Jack Meyerkorth performing well so far. 2nd down and 12 to go. Metzger's going back for a pass. He had a hand on it, but of course he gets away. He's going to do a running pass, trying to find somebody. Oh, I thought Meyerkorth was going to come up with that catch. Incomplete pass. That was Biondo, I believe. Yeah, Cameron Biondo is the attempted receiver, but Meyerkorth peeled off his man and went to defend it as well. Good play there by Rockport. It's going to be 3rd and 12 coming up here for South Holt.
Another great play by Meyerkorth. He almost had that pick. Man, he has been an absolute standout, not only offense, but obviously on defense here, especially on these past 2 drives. Almost had a pick there. He was able to, recognize that the receiver was coming across the field and kind of undercut that throw and almost picked him off.
So we got 4 minutes left in the second quarter. 3rd and long to go here. Good discipline by Rockport to not jump. See what they can do here to corral Metzger. They got a hand on him. They're going to bring him down. That's Gebhards with a sack. Another big play from the Blue Jays. Man, they came here to play. That's going to be a big loss and a long 4th down coming up here for South Holt.
That's an absolutely huge play by the Blue Jays. A great play by Gebhardt. Heron got up the middle. And what was really smart about Heron, he got loose, and he was, Metzger standing right in front, and Heron just kind of stood there and was ready for Metzger to take off, kept the contain, and let his man, Luke Gebhardt, get around the edge and take the sack. Also really smart by Heron. Gebhardt's kind of almost stood over Metzger celebrating. Heron pushed him out of the way so he didn't get a penalty there.
So 4th down, it's going to force them. They're going to think about punting, but they're actually going to throw. I was wondering if that was going to be the case, and man, I cannot believe they let that slip. What a bad play for Rockport to give up there. You had to be preaching to everybody that was going to be an opportunity, and Metzger did so. 4th and 22, finds Hayes Weller. He gets it all the way down to about the 5-yard line. What a play there from South Holt. Gutsy call there from Coach Peterson.
Yep, there's Weller. They almost have a 3-way tie between toppers. They have 3 top receivers on their offense for the Knights, and they just found him there. And one of the gunners, lighting up for the punt. And Rockport, surely they had to have seen that, but just miscommunication and just lost him.
Yeah, absolutely, just lost him. So that's going to be 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Metzger's got trips to his right. 3 minutes left in this first half. I'm going to guess it's going to be Metzger, and he's going to roll out. He's actually going to look to throw it. He does so, and Weller's one-handed catch. Nice job there. Touchdown, South Holt. They cut away at this deficit right when you thought Rockport had a big opportunity to get off the field. In 2 plays, the South Holt comes and scores.
And that's just the quick strike ability. You think you've got them down and out, and then they just come right back out of nowhere. And really, that was a great throw to the end zone. Couldn't quite see it on the camera, but Metzger rolled out to his right and just put excellent touch on the ball just over the fingertips of Meyerkorth and got it to his man in the end zone.
38-20, 2:50 left. They're going to be going for 2 actually this time. Going to hit on a slant pattern through the hands. Couldn't quite connect to mark it. So it's going to be 38-20, so it's going to be an 18-point lead here. Big play from South Holt to get back into it. They'll be kicking off right after this. 2:50 left in this first half. Stay tuned. Fireworks are happening here in Oregon, Missouri. We'll be back to bring you the kick right after this.
Shenandoah Medical Center, in collaboration with MD West One, provides the most comprehensive orthopedic care in our region. Whether you have pain stemming from an athletic injury or overuse, you will have immediate access to high-quality orthopedic care. My name is Michael Delcor, and I am an orthopedic surgeon specializing in the upper extremity. Whatever the case, I will work with you to determine the best treatment plan. For more information about our extensive orthopedic coverage, simply call 712-246-7400.
So after the fake punt pass, they get it down to the 3-yard line. The next play, 3-yard pass play to Hayes Weller, 38-20. South Holt Knights rebound there, and they cut that deficit to 18. 2:50 left in this first half here, Seth. Tremendous play here. Market about ready to kick off. Whoa, what a line drive. That was really going hard there. There's actually going to be returned this time from Meyerkorth. He's letting his blockers try to get set up. He does make one man miss, but Millen comes down for a tackle. That returns it to the 29-yard line. That's where Rockport will be.
Yeah, good return there, and commonly you say, oh, just let it roll in the end zone. You don't want to fumble. You don't want to do anything like that. But, nobody around him. Might as well just pick him up, try to get forward, and, with good speed that Meyerkorth has, he was able to do that and, sets his team up with pretty good field position.
It was a low, hard kick, so once he touched the ball, there wasn't a South Holt guy for probably about 40 or 35 yards away, so he easily advanced it to the 29-yard line. They got it first down here. Jacob back to work. Going to do a read option there. Nice forward yards there by Jacob. Takes it to the 32-yard line. Nice little just advancement there on first down.
Yeah, and then, then just running that fake to Holmes. But honestly, if I'm Rockport here, you've got 2:25 left. You can get a few run plays in here with Holmes and just try to get down the field. And if they can get one more score here to end the half, that is going to be absolutely huge.
There's tiers of what you really want if you're Coach Jones. You want to score here. You want to take off plenty of time because South Holt gets the ball in the second half. So you don't want to give it back to this dynamic offense too much for them to get a touchdown even before this half ends. Out pattern there. Nice catch by Holmes. Nice coverage there by Metzger. So just good football all around. Completion is set. 3rd and short coming up.
Yeah, good, easy complete, and that's what you want. You don't want to throw incompletions and, stop the clock and then let them get it back with a good amount of time left. You want those quick, easy completions and just try to get down the field and move the chains, and then eventually, you're in the end zone.
So 3rd and short, 3rd and a long 3. See what Jacob can do here. He's going to go back for a pass, looking for somebody. He's going to scramble. He's going to get the first down. He's going to tuck that ball away. He does so, gets some more yards, and he's still going. Nobody accounts for him for South Holt. Oh, they're going to call a flag, though, so this might be coming back. So let's all hold here, see what the flag is. At the moment, it was a Corbin Jacob touchdown run, but we're going to see where this will be tucked back to. Coach Dalton Jones not liking that play. He thinks he saw something different.
Yeah, and if you're the coach that the penalty is getting called on, you're almost always going to think that you see something different. But that's just so unfortunate because that's a huge play for the Blue Jays, and even with a minute 11, that's not too bad, to score and to leave South Holt with little time. Obviously they can just hit one play and then it's a touchdown, but really scoring at any point in this drive is absolutely crucial.
So that would have been a huge play as time is ticking down here. Minute and 11 left. Still going to be a first down, but it's actually just going to be 1st and 10. So they're going to give him the first down, but then mark it down. There's no way it's still first down because there was a penalty. They'd play the down over.
They fully moved the sticks. I'm unsure.
So at the moment, they're on the 38-yard line. Minute and 11 left. This is going to be interesting to see how this all ends up here. Going to hand it off to Holmes. Holmes makes one man miss, gets a little bit of an edge. He takes it to the 34, 35-yard line here. So going to be. So they did give him a first down, but yet they still went backwards. I am not sure what's happening here. But apparently it's going to be 2nd and 7, and that clock is ticking.
Yeah, it may have been a hold and a spot foul, but the spot was past the chains, And obviously, if
but they were on the 36, and now they're on the 38, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, I am also unsure, but nonetheless, it's second down now.
Second, and let's say 7 to go. 30 seconds left and ticking. Jacob back to pass, scrolling to his opposite side that he wants to roll to. He gets hit hard. He's taken down. I'm guessing Rockport just might take that to half. No, they're going to call a timeout here. Coach Jones will take a timeout. So on that sack, brings it back to the other side of the field on the 39-yard line. Third down coming up.
Yeah, and, I mean, there was no escape there for Jacob. I mean, he was almost in the Bermuda Triangle of Knights defenders there. I mean, you look one way, you look the other, and then you look forward, and, there's three guys just surrounding you, and you just kind of have to go down, just protect the football. Make sure, obviously, a fumble would be huge if Rockport fumbled here and South Holt was able to get on that, but they're able to keep the possession, just tuck the ball, just do not give the ball back to the Knights, because I would imagine with this kind of yardage left, they may try to go deep down the field, and you just cannot give it to the other team. You cannot give, especially whenever you're playing South Holt. I mean, you cannot give it to Metzger because he will make you pay. Even though there's 17 seconds on the board, he will make it happen if he can.
Yeah, even a punt of sorts is going to be dangerous territory. So we got third and long coming up. 17 seconds to go. You do have that 18-point lead, so I know you want to stay aggressive if you're Coach Jones, but don't want to play anything silly going on here. South Holt playing it not anybody too deep so far. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here in these remaining 17 seconds. Jacob goes back for a pass, does a pump fake, and he's taken down immediately. See if South Holt calls a timeout now. So it's going to be fourth and long, taking him even farther back. Jacob's stats are getting worse on those two sacks, unfortunately.
I think they're just going to take it to half.
So we're going to take it to half. There it is, 38-20. Rockport with that huge first half. South Holt does kind of stop the bleeding there to end the half. But nonetheless, 30 to 20 is the score. Big first half there from Rockport. Seth, what was kind of the keys there in that first half?
I mean, obviously, the keys it's just Corbin Jacob. I mean, he has made so many plays happen, and that entire offense really just clicking. They are absolutely on the same page. Obviously there at the end, a little bit of miscommunication, and it's tough, especially in high school. You got a lot of guys still learning, the strategy of the game and how to get it done. And, miscommunications can happen, 2-minute drill. You're trying to, snap it quick, get out there, get the play in. It's very tough to do. And, but Corbin Jacob has just been absolutely unstoppable, and the throws that he's missed, he's made up for in touchdowns. And the Rockport defense has been all over Cole Metzger. I mean, he has not really had any time to breathe, and we're talking about how good that the Rockport defense. I mean, they gave up 20 first half points, but against South Holt, I mean, that's just hitting a gold mine.
Yeah, I mean, if you would have said to Coach Jones, you're going to hold them to 20 points in the first half, I think you would definitely take it. He might be a little bit afraid that it might be rainy, and that means they have around 20 points as well. But 18-point lead, and they're pretty thrilled about that. When it comes to some of these stats, it got pretty fun there when they started keeping stats here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and start for the visiting Rockport Blue Jays. I mean, when it comes to throwing, Corbin Jacob has got 199 yards and 3 touchdowns there in the first half. I only have him for 1 incompletion. Man, I wonder if that is even completely true. Although this does take 2-point conversions as completions sometimes. So, nonetheless, at the moment, 199 yards and 3 touchdowns. Of those 199 yards, Jack Meyerkorth has 133 of them receiving. He's got 2 touchdowns on 4 total receptions. Brock Holmes, 2 receptions for 41 yards. Jaden Geib came up with a big one for 17 yards. And then on the rushing side of things, Brock Holmes, 3 rushes, 40 yards. Corbin Jacobs, 11 for 27. Did have about 20 yards and sacks in that last little bit. So he's been able to move the ball forward normally quite a bit, but kind of got cut down there at the very end. And then for South Holt, all rushing here for Colt Metzger. He has 12 rushes, 71 yards, and that touchdown. He is 6 of 9 passing, 116 yards for 2 touchdowns. Does have that pick as well. Receiving, Hayes Weller, big catch there. He has 3 receptions for 49 yards. Griffin Kellering also has 2 receptions for 47 yards. And Cameron Biondo, 1 for 20 Whew, that's a lot of stats there for one half worth of stuff. Pretty fun things there. Seth, so what are going to be some keys here with South Holt getting the ball here to start the half?
Yeah, and if you're South Holt, you've got to get back to what you're used to doing. You're used to, making the defense guess with your pass and your run. And I just didn't really see enough passing. And sometimes I think Metzger was very quick to just instantly run. He didn't really give his receivers a lot of time to get loose and to get open. Sometimes you got to wait a little bit and just let your receivers, work the field and try to work the defender and get open. And he just, would kind of take a quick glance downfield. If nothing was wide open, then he would just take off, which he can absolutely do. But, Rockport has been just ready for it on defense. So if you're coming out of here, you're South Holt, you've got to try to get a score. And if you're Rockport, you've got to get this stop. That stop would be absolutely huge coming right out of the half.
30-20 is the halftime score. Rockport leading. Both teams undefeated. South Holt rated 6th in Missouri 8-man. See what happens here in the second half. We'll bring it to you right after this quick halftime little report here. Dusty Scahill, Seth Morey on the call. We'll be back right after this halftime break.
Turning our attention to our KMA Land Senior Spotlight, class of 2025, highlighting some of the top area impact athletes. And today we are going to Jefferson High School there in Missouri. Part of the Platte Valley softball team and some of the other standout teams is Malia Bliley is with us right now. Malia, how you doing today? Good. Thanks a lot for taking the time to chat with us. Malia, first of all, in the midst of softball season, tell me a little bit about kind of just your thoughts on how the season has gone to this point and how you're feeling.
It's going good. It's very exciting. We have a lot of underclassmen, but we can rely on them, and we're doing pretty good.
Yeah. You mentioned, the underclassmen, stepping up and whatnot. Last year, obviously, you have Maggie Collins. You have some other, fantastic seniors that have played a lot of softball with you. I guess tell me a little bit about, taking over a leadership role as a senior this year and some of those other girls, graduating. What's it been like, being a leader, and, how have you, stepped up into that role?
I like being a leader, but I know that if I'm not there, there's other people on the team that can lead the team, but I like leading the younger girls because they are understanding and they'll always listen.
Tell me a little about the rest of the roster, if you would. Some of the other girls that have stepped up this year. Some girls that have been a big part of the successes that you guys have had.
They'll step up when we need them, and we know that they are there and they will help our team. And there's only 3 pitchers on our team, main pitchers, and I can always rely on the other 2.
Yeah, what is your role on the team? What position do you play?
I play shortstop and I pitch.
Yes. Tell me a little about your pitching this year. How you felt about how things have gone pitching wise for you so far this season.
It's okay. I have some rough games, but my team's always there to push me through and tell me that I can do it.
Once again, we're talking with Malia Bliley, a senior at Jefferson High School there in Missouri and a member of Platte Valley softball. Also, coming up with basketball. Malia, after softball comes to a finish, tell me a little about, basketball. I'm sure you're focused on the softball side of things, but as a defending state champion, what are your thoughts on kind of how this basketball team will look this year?
It'll definitely be a change, but I think that we can still make it as far as we have in the past, and our team will just have to work very hard at competing and being a good team.
I know you're going to have a new head coach as well with Aaron Murphy, taking over. He's been an assistant over the last several years, and tell me about him a little bit and kind of, him taking over as the head coach. What are your thoughts on that?
I like that he's our head coach, and he's going to be a very good coach. He's
He's been your
coach.
Yeah, he's been your coach.
He's coached in the past, and he's a good coach.
Right on. I know your family is very sports oriented. Tell me about your family. I know Memphis, your brother, is somebody that we've honored in the past as a great baseball player. Tell me about the family and kind of what was like growing up and when it comes to playing a lot of sports there.
Our family's always there, to help us, and my mom and dad really pushed me and my brother when we were younger so that we could be better when we're older. And they always were helping us out. And we were always down at the ball diamond, either hitting or pitching or doing anything like that.
Is your favorite sport softball, or which sport do you like the best?
Softball.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Now, after basketball, do you have a spring sport?
No.
Okay. So what do you do in the spring to stay active?
I usually go on walks.
Are you still playing softball at all in the spring for a club or anything like that?
No.
Okay. After your senior year there, do you have any plans to continue athletically, or what are your plans right now when it comes to graduation?
Go to cosmetology school.
Yeah, sounds good. Do you have an idea where you're going to go?
To St. Joe Beauty School.
Gotcha. Oh, Malia Bliley again from Jefferson High School in Conception Junction, Missouri, and a member of some of those Platte Valley softball and basketball teams that are always playing deep into the postseason. Malia, thanks for the time today. We appreciate it, and we wish you the best as you move along the rest of your senior year.
Thank you.
Regional Sports Spotlight today goes to Kansas State, where Aaliyah Carter, Iowa native, is, well, the all-time leader in kills in Kansas State University volleyball history, and she's with us right now. Aaliyah, how are we doing today?
Good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. Appreciate you taking the time to chat. Obviously, exciting times for you. You've put together an amazing career regardless of the numbers, but now the numbers kind of show it. You know, you are the all-time leading hitter in, the history of Kansas State volleyball. I mean, what's that mean to you?
You know, it means a lot. I feel like especially just in this era of college sports, you see people starting somewhere and finishing somewhere else or going to 3 different schools. But I knew that Kansas State was the right fit for me 5 years ago, and it's still the right fit for me now. And I'm just super blessed to be able to be here and now have the numbers on the leaderboard and hopefully leave my presence here for a very long time.
You have a long, long list of accolades there during your time at Kansas State. It started as a freshman of the year, and then you've been all Big 12 first team, unanimous, 3 times, verging on a 4th here. I guess when you look back on all of it and, reflect, and I'm sure you'll do that, later, but if you just give us a moment here today, what comes to mind when it comes to, thinking about your time there at K-State?
Again, just realizing and noticing how blessed I am, and I kind of just have to take it back to all the teammates that I have had here. That's pretty much the reason why I've wanted to stay here. It's just the team is amazing. I love every single girl that has set foot on this campus, even some recruits that I've met wanting to come here and committing here. I think that I just really owe it all to my teammates, because without them, I couldn't have gotten any of my accolades, and I couldn't have gotten better throughout the years.
Yeah, what is it about K-State, or what was it, that kind of drew you there and, has kept you there? I mean, can you put it into words what K-State has, what it's meant to you and why you've, continually, been there? As you said, there's a lot of transferring going on, even in volleyball.
Yeah, I mean, K-State means a lot to me, and now that I'm getting older and knowing that, my days are shortened here, I definitely want to be able to come back one day, hopefully show my kids where I've lived at for 5 years. And at first, K-State was kind of just the perfect fit for me because it's not too far from home. It's like a 7.5-hour drive, so I couldn't just run back home if I got homesick on a weekend, but also my family can come and watch me. And my brother, he graduated, but he was at Mizzou, so I got to go watch him play all the time, and it was just a perfect fit. I love the campus. I love the students, my professors. Everyone's just so loving, and it honestly is true that we are all a family here.
Yeah, very cool. Aaliyah Carter, again, Kansas State University grad senior, playing out her final year there with the volleyball program, all-time leader in kills. And just want to mention, the brother you mentioned, Noah Carter, of course, was at UNI and then did finish his career there at University of Missouri. So for you, though, as you play in these final matches down the stretch, and obviously it's a couple months off from now, what are the things that you're playing for and playing about when it comes down to knowing that the career there, the time in the Kansas State jersey is down to its last couple of months or so?
I'm really playing for my teammates, my coaches, and honestly my family. like, it's just been so amazing being able to watch my two older brothers, like, go through basketball and just all the highs and lows of their sport. So now I feel like I have to give back to them and just give them a year of me just playing for them. And, yeah, of course the university. Like, I want to leave my mark on this university, and just finishing on a strong note and on a high note will just make it even sweeter.
I had an opportunity to call one of your games. I'm not sure if it was your senior year or when that was, when Wallard played in the state tournament against Lewis Central. And, the state of Iowa is so strong in volleyball. There's athletes from the state spread all around the country when it comes to, playing Division I, Division II volleyball. Speak to, if you would, the place that Iowa volleyball, has grown from over the years. And you were a big part of that.
Yeah, I mean, Iowa's just amazing. It's funny because when people ask me where I'm from, like, I say it so proud. Like, I'm from Iowa, and I know that we hear huge things about Nebraska volleyball, and I think just the Midwest in general is just growing in the volleyball world, and it is just so nice and sweet that little girls from Iowa are like, I want to be like Aaliyah. And knowing that they could stay in the Midwest and stay close to home and still, like, live out their dreams, I think that's the best thing that I could show them.
Yeah. Obviously, the wins and losses maybe here early in the year have not, been maybe where you would like them to be at this point. But I guess how are you feeling in terms of the growth that has been made there with the team along the way? I know you played a difficult schedule. I mean, as you kind of really dive into the Big 12 conference schedule here, I mean, what are your thoughts on finding a way to get a few more of those W's?
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the record right now, obviously it's not looking so hot, but I'm just so proud of the team and the coaches and really just the university in general with as much diversity as we have had. Like, from my freshman year, just starting with COVID, and then now, up until now, we've added so many different teams in the conference. We're traveling so much, and I'm just really proud of how we've handled it. And, we are so close. If you look at the games themselves, like, we're losing by 1 or 2 points right now. So I think the minute that it clicks and we get it, I think we're just going to grab it and run. So I'm really hoping that we can start conference off strong and make K-State proud.
Before I let you go, we do cover kind of a wide swath of land here when it comes to high school athletics, Southwest Iowa, Northwest Missouri, and Southeast Nebraska. One of the athletes we covered in high school was Brenna Schmidt, who's a member of Kansas State, of the team there and hitting out of the middle. Tell me a little bit about, Brenna and what you see in her and her growth in her junior year.
Oh, my gosh. Brenna is amazing. She is the best teammate. I love her. From the outside looking in, you might be like, oh, she's kind of quiet, she's put to herself, but she's amazing. And not only is she just a great human being, but she's a great volleyball player. And I have loved just being able to play right next to her and just put all my trust in her that she's going to get a couple blocks and a couple kills for us. And, yeah, she's amazing, and I just can't wait to see what she does with this year and also what's to come for her.
Right. Aaliyah Carter, the all-time leading hitter in Kansas State history, a Dubuque Wahlert alum. And Aaliyah, thanks a lot for the time. We appreciate it. Thanks for chatting with us. We wish you the best here in your final year there at K-State and beyond, all right?
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
In Week 5 football with Rockport head football coach Dalton Jones. Coach, we appreciate the time and your team off to a strong 4-0 start. So I guess as we've kind of reached maybe nearly midway part of the season, thought I'd ask you just kind of your overall thoughts on how the kids have been playing. Anytime you're 4-0, I'm sure you're happy, but there's also, the coach inside of you that I'm sure there are some things that you're still trying to hone in on. So what are the thoughts on how the season has gone so far?
Oh, it's been a great season. I've been super proud of these guys. They're working hard. They're showing up with the right attitudes every day, trying to get better. I've been super proud of their ability to just be a team, actually try to be a team. So I've been really pleased with that. But then just overall, just we're showing up. We want to do the right things. They're asking the right questions. They're trying to. Really sort of change our mindsets about who we are, I guess is kind of where I'm going with that. Is there's just don't know, something different about these guys. These guys are just they want to do well, and they just keep getting better every week. So I'm super proud of where we're at.
Yeah, that's great. Last 2 weeks, no points allowed against Stewartsville, Osborne, and DeKalb. So I'll ask you, obviously those two teams are they haven't won a game yet this year, but not that easy to put up 0 points when you're defense. Tell me about that defense and what's been standing out to you there.
No, that's certainly not easy. But no, I just think Ryder Heron has been doing really well for us on our defensive front. I mean, he's just been sort of our workhorse there. Really just trying to really force the ball out and create some pressure for us. But we've got some other guys. Gabe Gebhardt is on that line too, and he's doing a really good job of doing his job. Our back half, there's some nuances to what we do, so they're learning some things. But we got a guy back off the injury. Caden Cook is back. He's out there. It was great to have him back. He's a great tackler. Jack Meyer, of course, back there making some plays for us as well. That was their goal. Their goal was to keep zeros on the board for 2 straight weeks, and they did it. And that was on them. They worked hard. They really came out, tried to just apply the pressure and get done what we needed to get done, and we did it. So.
Well, Coach, talking to Dalton Jones, Rockport head football, and it would be very impressive if this next team scored 0 points. Very, very, very impressive because South Holt, outstanding offense. They're averaging nearly 74 points per game. Tell me a little bit about what it is, and you saw them last year with kind of the same personnel. What it is about them that makes them so difficult to defend?
Well, I think it's one of the things is the obvious one is when you got a guy like Metzger back there.
Yeah.
It's super beneficial for them and tough on everybody else. I mean, he just sort of is a game wrecker by himself. So it's going to be a really tall task to contain him and keep him from getting his yards. But we know he's going to get some yards. But they got other guys. I mean, they got some size to them. Their front line. I'm not sure about names. I mean, Metzger's the one that really stands out. But they've got some size to him. And then there's just skill positions. They're just athletic, so they're taller and athletic. So we've got our hands full this week. I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, they're a good football team, and Coach Peterson does a really good job of getting his athletes the ball. So it'll be a tough task. But I think I think our guys knew what this was going to be this year, especially after last year. So I think they know that, and I think they're up for the challenge. They're excited about the opportunity. So I think it's going to be I'm very much looking forward to it. I'll put it that way. Very much looking forward to the opportunity.
I guess sometimes when you face an explosive offense like that, coaches will say, the best defense might be an offense that is able to possess the ball, and you've got a team that, going into this past Friday was averaging about 8 yards per carry. I guess, would that be, you don't have to give away your strategy, but it might be obvious. You want to possess the ball, you want to use your running game to keep it out of their hands.
Oh yeah, certainly. No, we want to try to, that's football, right? Is you want to keep the ball out of the guy who's their top athlete. You want to keep it out of their hands. So we want to just keep the ball rolling. I think it would just be more staying on schedule is how I put it. It's like you just want to stay on schedule, make sure we're executing when we need to, running the ball, yes, but we also need to make sure that we're executing our passing game because we are going to have to pass, and I think we've got a good thing going with our passing game too, which is odd for our judging by our past here at Rockport. But I think staying on schedule will be key for us for our success on Thursday.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah. Before I let you go, anything else that you feel would be important against this South Holt team? Obviously, I know, the turnovers, the penalties, and the whatnot like that. I mean, that's always every single game. But is there anything else specific to this South Holt team that you guys will have to accomplish this Friday or this Thursday?
All right, welcome back to the KMA Extreme Thursday Night Football here in Missouri. 8-man. 38-20, the visiting Rockport Blue Jays are leading here going into the second half. Both these teams are undefeated, trying to stay unscathed, and just too many big plays in that first half from Rockport, and that's how they got up to 38-20, getting in a 3-possession game. on the back of Jack Meyerkorth. They were receiving in that first half. He had 133 yards on 4 catches and 2 touchdowns. Had a nice couple plays on defense as well. Name of the game here in the second half is going to be cutting down the South Holt offense on these big plays. Got to maintain to not have those big plays. That's how they're going to get back into this if South Holt's got a fighter's chance, which they most definitely do because they have Cole Metzger, KMA, returning player of the year from 8-man last year. But, hey, that's all moot at this point. Second half underway. Meyerkorth gets the kickoff. It will be Metzger feeling it. Jacob is going to corral him as soon as he can, and he does so. So, nice job on the return. And Metzger comes up hobbling. That's going to be interesting here to take it. So, the first play, Metzger has a ankle rolled. Going to be interesting to see how this plays out now. South Holt's going to be having it on their own 12-yard line. Is that where we're at? 12-yard line. Man, what a play there by the Blue Jays on that cover team.
Yeah, that was a good hit. Knocked the ball out, went out of bounds. But this is not what you want to see. I mean, Metzger throws his helmet down. As you said, the last year's KMA Player of the Year, and he is in some pain. This is not good.
So we're going to go ahead and take a break, a breather. We'll go ahead and take a break as well. Going to be back after this to bring you more of this second half that just got underway here. Rockport leading 38-20.
TNT Ford outside Red Oak will have you taking notice. Sure, the name and logo are nice, but those trucks, and more trucks are guaranteed to catch your eye. And Ag Country trucks aren't just about convenience, they're part of the operation. And the sales team at TNT Ford can help you find and finance the right Ford truck to take you from to-do to done with efficiency. Plus, their service team has the know-how to keep your truck at its best. New name, new experience. TNT Ford just east of Red Oak and anytime at TNTFord.com.
Our name says it all. We're Total Farm Solutions. This is Eric with TFS, and when it comes to your operation, we want to be your total partner in and out of the field. We're your Pioneer seed dealer, along with bulk options and seed treatments. And we study genetics, offering scouting and agronomic solutions. Taking care of our customer is part of our total service. We're Total Farm Solutions. Give us a call or find our office just outside of Carson.
All right, welcome back, KMA listeners, here on this KMA Extreme. Big scenario coming up here. KMA Land Player of the Year last year, Cole Metzger on that kick return, gets injured, lower body injury, and actually gets carried off the field here. They're seeing what they can do, but I don't know if they're going to be able to patch him up. So we got a backup quarterback in here on their down 18, not the situation they want. That's going to be Hayes Weller. They're handing it off to Market. They do get a gain there on first down, but everybody's got their minds on Cole Metzger.
Absolutely, and you know he means a lot. Obviously, you know, to the football team, but you know the entire town. And right as he went down, I mean, you could have heard. You said it yourself. I mean, you could have heard a pin drop. I mean, it was completely silent. I felt like I needed to whisper. I mean,
yes,
he's a great player. He's a great young man. You know, I watched him play a lot of baseball last year, and he's just a great all-around athlete, and you absolutely hate to see that.
So down 18, South Holt's going to have to rally around senior Hayes Weller and see what he can do. He's going to go back for a pass. He is a lefty. He's rolling out towards his left. He's getting chased down. Going to have to do something about it. He's going to find Biondo. He does connect, though. Biondo makes a man miss as well, and he's got a first down. So, hey, South Holt says next man up, no big deal. We're going to go for a first down.
Holy smokes. Here comes Weller. I mean, just, you know, straight into the game at quarterback. Very unexpected. He reverses field in the backfield trying to find somebody open, and he finds his receiver, and you know, a great gain right there. First down, move the chains, and this is going to be obviously 12 times tougher for South Holt in this game, and you know, you've just got to try to, you know, pull everything together and give it everything that you got, and you know, Weller's doing just that.
15-yard pass play there from Weller to Biondo. First down here, they're going to hand it off to Market. Blue Jays were all over that. Going to be a gain of nothing there on first down.
Yeah, and you definitely know that the Blue Jays are going to be ready for the run now. I mean, that is going to be their top priority here. Market running the ball, and I mean, I don't even know if we saw a carry by Market in the first half with Metzger in there. And now, I mean, he's going to take a lot of carries here, and Rockport's going to have to be ready for it.
Yeah, good point there. He had 2 rushes in that first half, and I don't think he got very many yards on those 2 rushes. So it's going to be a pass here from Weller on second down. He's going to go up the middle. He does have a person. Biondo's there, and Biondo catches it. That is a nice pitch and catch there. Found a wide open receiver. Jacob had to recover and get him down, but that's a nice long pass play. First down, and the Knights are coming back.
Yeah, that was a beautiful spiral. Here comes Weller. I mean, the backup, he figures out a way, finds a receiver open downfield. Great arm. I mean, that was an absolutely amazing play. And that gets him down into the red zone. I mean, this is absolutely huge for South Holt. I mean, I think everybody in this entire stadium was like, oh, man, Metzger's out. And obviously you hate to see that. And, you can see, your chances of winning, trickling away. But here comes Weller.
40-yard pass play. They're going to have Weller throw again. He's going to roll out, and it's going to be picked off. Just got too greedy there. Picked off by Meyerkorth. Meyerkorth makes a couple jukes, and nobody's going to catch him. Jack Meyerkorth going to have a huge interception. Second pick 6 for Rockport, and devastating there for South Holt as they had things clicking a little bit. Interception for a touchdown, and Rockport goes up even farther. Going to be to 44-20.
Yeah, they did have a little backup quarterback magic, happen, but obviously, he's not had very many reps, especially, sitting behind Cole Metzger, who's just such a great player, great athlete, and, you don't really get enough reps in practice. You're not really prepared for something like this, and all of a sudden it happens, and now, you got to read the defense, you got to make the right decisions, and unable to do that. I'm noticing Metzger on the sideline icing, looks like his knee over there, just trying to get that feeling a little better, and hopefully he can come back in this game and try to come back with South Holt.
So, going to be a 2-point conversion coming up here, 44-20. Big 70-yard interception there by Jack Meyerkorth. Jacob tries to corral it. He's going to walk on in. 2-point conversion good, 46-20. Huge momentum swing there. Just as the Knights were rolling, they just kind of give it all back with Meyerkorth's pick 6. Unfortunate for them. We'll take a quick break, bring you the kickoff right after this.
Is believing. That's what you'll hear from customers that choose Barrett Auto Center of Glenwood time and time again. Barrett customers come in for vehicles and service work, but they come back for conversation and honest advice. They want one of the largest pre-owned and fully serviced inventories in KMA land, and they return when they've gone elsewhere and it just isn't the same. See and believe for yourself how little differences add up to a better car buying experience. Come back to Barrett's and Barrett'sAutoCenter.com.
So, welcome back here at Rockport, getting ready to kick. They take that 46-20 lead. Looking real good for Rockport here. They're up by 20-something, and their all-star for South Holt still on the bench over there. Doesn't look like Cole Metzger is going to be able to get back in this one. So, unfortunate scenario how it's unfolded, but down by 26, going to get the ball back, and Hayes Weller's going to have to kind of play within himself a little bit more.
Yeah, and it's just going to be up to him, obviously, and I just don't know if he's had, I don't know how many reps he's had in practice or how much preparation that he's had, calling plays, but I guess we're going to find out.
So it's going to be kicked into the end zone. 15-yarder is going to be 15-yard mark is where they're going to start their offense here for South Holt, trying to get something back here against this Rockport defense.
Yeah, and I think if you're South Holt, you want to try to, down huge. 46-20. You're down 26 points. Bringing in your backup, it's going to be a very, very, very tough climb back to the lead. So if I'm South Holt here, I just try to make Weller as comfortable as you can and just try to, gain first down, get some positive plays out of this.
So we're actually going to take a quick timeout as well here off of that touchback. We'll go take one as well, bring you back more of this South Holt offensive possession coming up right after this.
30 years, Chat Mobility has provided Southwest Iowa with the latest technology and a high-speed nationwide network. More importantly, Chat Mobility provides real customer service that you can only get from a local company. When you choose Chat Mobility, we take the time to answer all of your questions and to make sure you're totally comfortable with your phone. You'll have peace of mind knowing that we are here to help with any concerns you may have going forward. Real hometown customer service only from Chat Mobility.
All right, welcome back here, KMAland.com, KMA Extreme, 8-man football here on a Thursday in Missouri. Rockport leading 46-20 with 9:36 left in the third quarter, and South Holt has to make something happen here on this offensive possession here, Seth.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to try to get points if you want to stay in this game, and you got to try to get, your backup quarterback Weller rolling, and, just seeing the Knights rallying around Metzger.
Everybody taking a knee here. I'm wondering exactly why. I think we're just because that timeout was kind of lingering on long. South Holt's going to break their huddle and get things going here. 46-20. The South Holt players that are on the field are going to have to do something about it here to maintain their undefeated season. Hayes Weller had 2 nice passes to start his quarterback campaign in the second half. 2 completions for 55 yards. And then it kind of got a little bit greedy, threw it up the middle, and it was picked off by Jack Meyerkorth, and he did it for a pick 6. So Hayes Weller back out there here on first down. They're going to hand it off to Trevor Market. Does make a nice jitter step there, but gets it back, pretty much to the line of scrimmage. Made a gain of 2 there on first down.
Yeah, and we're going to see a lot of Market, obviously. As I said earlier, it's going to be a run game. It's going to be short passes. Well, I say short passes, and, they had 2 deep shots completed on that previous drive. So, I mean, they had obviously some great signs, some great spark on that previous drive, just ending, with a poor decision by Weller, and hopefully they can keep those bad decisions away and try to score here.
So, second down and 8 to go. Shotgun formation. They go have a nice snap. He's going to find his big, young sophomore tight end. Nice catch there by number 88, Will Jackson. Will Jackson gets a nice play there, takes it to the 30-yard line for a first down.
Yeah, that's a good play right there for Will Jackson. Coming in here, he's a sophomore. This is also a good opportunity, spread the ball around. I feel like, whenever Metzger's in, he is a one-man show. I mean, he can make it all happen. Even by himself, all he needs is blocks, and he can make something happen. But now, you try to spread the ball out here.
Nice little out pattern, finds Jackson once again. Man, big-bodied sophomore. He's probably at least 6'3 or 6'4 out there. Gets a nice little pitch and catch for about a 7-yard gain.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. He's got some good size on these DBs of the Blue Jays. And right now, I mean, make it easier on Weller, just coming into this game unexpected. Make it easy on him. Give it to the tall guy. Just throw it up. Let him work on the DB and let him make the catch and just get forward for you.
8 minutes left here in the third quarter, down by 26, and trying to go on 2, but so many players take off once again. This is a false start. I believe that's even 2 seniors that did a false start there, so they got to correct something here. I know they're all mixed up on their end of things because they're not used to not having their leader in there, but they got to find a way to band together and cut away on those plays that make them go negative.
Yeah, that's another thing. You're used to, the way a certain quarterback claps. You're used to the way a certain quarterback sounds, the time that he takes to snap the ball, and, that all changes whenever your backup's in.
So Weller gets a nice snap, rolls out to his left, does a little pitch off there. It is caught by Kemmerling. Kemmerling, another first down, kind of not the style we've seen so far in this game because they're kind of marching down the field as they go down. We were talking before, I think the longest drive in the first half was resulted because of a punt. All big plays in the first half. So here we go. South Holt's going to try to chip away at it, get it on the Rockport side of the field now.
Yeah, just dinking and dunking, getting it to Griffin Kimmerling there, number 15. He had coming in this game, 11 catches, 263 yards, 6 touchdowns. I mean, that he's solid. He can get down the field and he can get open. So, I mean, just get it to your best players.
1st and 10 coming up here. They got trips to Weller's right. He does find Biondo, but nowhere to go. 3 Rockport Blue Jays were there. Nice play there by Geib. Kendon Melton there as well. Not letting him get anywhere. Gain of 0 there on that screen play.
Yeah, Geib just absolutely blew that play up. I mean, there was no chance from the start. They had just an odd amount of blockers out there. 2 blockers in front of the receiver, and then 3 defenders. I mean, that never, ever, ever works out well for the offense, and right there just proven, and Geib makes a nice stop.
So 2nd and 10, balance gear set for the Knights. It was tipped, but he does end up with it. Nice catch there by Jackson. Maybe a gain of 1 or 2. Nice little scoop off the ground. Advances it to the 36-yard line, but just not much there.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great catch, but, I mean, only for a gain of 2. I mean, that's not what you need right now, especially, 6:41 left in the third quarter. You're down by 26. I mean, just a huge deficit here, and you just got to try to get something going, try to get the ball down the field maybe a little bit more.
Third and 8 coming up. Going to go for a long pass. Weller does have Biondo down the side, but broken up. Nice coverage there. Just couldn't quite corral it down. So 4th and 8 coming up here on that incomplete pass.
Yeah, and that's just been Jack Meyerkorth all day long. He already has 2 interceptions, and he was trying to hunt for one right there. Nice deflection, getting away from the receiver. And just don't allow them to get any, crazy, breakaways. Don't allow any miscommunication. Just get to your fundamentals, go man-to-man, and just don't allow any easy plays for the backup quarterback.
4th and 8, going to have to definitely probably go for it here, even though long ways to go and pretty much at midfield, but down by 26 with about 18 minutes left to go in the game. They're trying to go on 2 again, and they jump off sides one more time. And once again, a couple seniors are the ones that do it. So they're going to march back 5 yards once again. Going to be 4th and 13 coming up.
Yeah, and, they played all of last year with Metzger as their quarterback. They've, played the first 4 games of this year with Metzger as their quarterback. And then I'm sure that in practice they haven't even really heard anybody else's voice in there at quarterback. And, now that they hear all that different stuff, different cadences, just trying to, and miscommunication can happen so easily whenever, the quarterback is obviously, the most important position in football, and whenever that is completely changed from what you're used to for the past 2 years, it's very difficult.
March it back, 4th and 13 coming up. Weller's got good protection. As I say that, it breaks down right away.
Oof.
Man, he gets hit hard by Hayden and Gebhard. Man, those 2 guys came in hard and just connected, brought him down. Turnover on downs. Big loss. Rockport is rolling at this point.
Yeah, and, Gebhardt's already kind of had him wrapped up, and Herod came in there, and he absolutely just laid the boom on the backup quarterback. Welcome to Missouri 8-man, kid. I mean, this is what it's all about, and that was a huge hit and a huge stop for the Blue Jays. And now, I mean, if you're the Blue Jays, I would just hand it off to, your top dog, Brock Holmes, and just try to get forward and run this clock out.
13-yard sack there on the 26-yard line. Rockport looking to threaten to extend this lead. They do hand it off to Holmes. Holmes rushes for a good gain there on 1st down. Gets down to the 22-yard line or so. 4-yard gain there for the running back. 21-yard line, the guy in the booth says. So it's going to be a 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5 coming up. Timeout officially going to be taken here. We'll go ahead and take a timeout as well. 46-20, under 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Rockport with that big lead and looking to add to it. We'll be back right after this to bring you the rest of this 8-man football game here in Missouri on a Thursday night.
Reliable internet matters to you, and it matters to FMTC too. So what does reliable look like? At FMTC, reliable means 99% uptime. And if there's a problem, we measure resolution in minutes, not hours or days. You need bandwidth, and FMTC has it. Up to 1 gig. Our fiber internet offers equal download and upload speeds, in addition to being unlimited and reliable. FMTC Fiber. Internet worth talking about.
All right, welcome back here. Officials timeout over. 5:51 here in the third. 2nd and 5 for Rockport coming up, looking to extend that 26-point lead. Dusty Scahill, Seth Morey on the call. Seth was saying probably going to be riding a lot of Brock Holmes and probably going to do so here more as they are marching down the field. High snap. They do try to get it to Holmes, but Jacob has to end up keeping it. He's going to get tackled for a loss. Nice there by Trevor Market to bring him down to make it a 3rd and long to go.
Yeah, I mean, great play. They didn't really bite on that RPO option. He had the option to throw it, toss it over to Holmes, and he chose to keep it, which I'm pretty sure he's done pretty much every time that they've had the RPO. He's just decided to keep it against throwing it to Holmes, because that can also be risky. Tossing the ball out into the open and just trying to hope that your running back catches that. He decides to keep it there and takes a big loss.
Loss of 6 or 7 on the play. Gets it to 3rd and 11. He's going to roll out here, try to throw. He's done magic a couple times. He's going to throw across his body. Does find Melton. That is Kendon Melton and more. Corbin Jacob just doing some magical plays there. Rolls around, finds his man across the field. First down, Rockport marches on.
Yeah, Corbin Jacob doing his best Cole Metzger impression tonight. I mean, he has just absolutely, and you know, all year, I mean, you know he has the ability. Obviously, he has the size. He has the ability to you know, make those things happen, and he just, you know, hasn't totally got it clicking all year, but, you know, this is a huge game, and he's gotten it clicking here, and this is just a great spot to do it.
First down, they're going to hand the ball off to Holmes up the middle. Ball is on the ground, and I believe South Holt pounces on it. So on the exchange, couldn't get it together, and they do pounce off it. Was that Trevor Market jumping out? I think it was. Yep. So South Holt gets that big turnover. That's exactly what they needed. And Coach Dalton Jones is probably going to be very upset with his team fundamentally.
Yeah, that is such a tough, you know, because that's just a very preventable fumble. I mean, I do believe that it was on the exchange. You know, Brock was trying to, you know, get it tucked in there, and then he got hit, and it was just on the ground. And, you know, he doesn't do that often. You know, he's a pretty tough runner, great ball possession, but, you know, he loses that one there, and now South Holt's going to get on the field again.
So mark that down if something crazy is going to happen here. 4.5 minutes left in the third quarter, and a fumble. Miscommunication there. Can't connect on that pass here. So at the moment, Rockport is up by 26, but gave the ball over inside their 10-yard line, threatening to score here to really cap off a big lead. First pass there, it goes incomplete, so it's going to be 2nd and 10 from their own 8-yard line for South Holt.
Yeah, they're just trying to go deep. I mean, that's really just about what you have left, is you have the opportunity to throw the ball deep down the field and hope you can get some deep shots to work your way, because you're going to need 4 scores to get back into this one, and you're going to need some of those deep balls to roll your way.
Weller is back there, fakes the handoff, rolls around. He drops the ball, and now Rockport gets the ball back. South Holt gives it right back. Big old number 99, Ryan Hayden, recovers that one. What a night there for the big junior for Rockport. Been all over the place. Got one of the first sacks. Got a tip ball. Now a fumble recovery. A lot of things going right here for Rockport, and they get the ball just out on the 1-yard line essentially.
Yeah, I think he tried to roll into the end zone there, but right as he grabbed it on the ground, it is a downed ball. He tried to get a touchdown, but couldn't quite get it. But, I mean, a huge night for Heron. I mean, he's been all over the field. You know, all year he's kind of had difficulty, you know, making big impact. And I mean, tonight he has just absolutely been a one-man wrecking crew.
Ryan Heron with a big play there. And Rockport gets the ball back, and they hand it off to Holmes and punch it in for a score, taking no time at all, extending that lead to 52-20 now.
Yeah, and, you know, I mean, they are just absolutely letting them have it now. I mean, especially since Metzger's out, and, you know, hope he's okay, and, you know, he can be back, you know, next week and back and playing just like his old self. But, I mean, for right now, Rockport has the ball, and they are absolutely opening this thing up.
Extra point coming here, going to try to get the conversion. Jacob's going to go up the middle with it, tries to make one man miss, and he tries to just reach in, and he does so, reaches the ball over. Conversion is good, 54-20, extends that lead. 54-20, 4:14 left in the third quarter. We'll bring you the kickoff right after this.
Salvage in Bartlett is no stranger to the ups and downs of owning and operating a small business. But no matter how much changes on their end, there's one thing that will always stay the same for their customers. It's cash. Call for the best scrap metal prices in the area and go ahead and test their unloading times. Then, when all is said and done, that's right, leave with cash. J-Dog Salvage, Bartlett, Iowa, 402-290-3124. That's 402-290-3124.
With your other foot just like limping is terribly painful. Now he's just laying down. So, and I've seen him, you know, near that knee. I don't know what that they would be doing for it. I mean, obviously, get him some pain meds, but I don't know.
Yeah, we're trying to speculate what's going on with Cole Metzger over on the other side. Doesn't look like he's going to return. He's got a group of people around him. I even believe his shoulder pads are off. He's got ice on that, so We're wondering what kind of injury he sustained, everybody's hoping it's not too serious, because that's a tremendous player for South Holt. They got a lot of season left to go. Here in this game, though, we got Rockport getting ready to kick off, extended that lead to 54-20. New kickoff artist here for Rockport. They're going to kick it. Squibbert down the middle. That's going to be Biondo just having to fall on it, and he does so, and that's where South Holt will be starting their play. Squib kick recovered. We're going to go ahead and let South Holt take it out to the, looks like 15 or so yard line, and that's where they're going to start this offensive possession.
Yeah, and I mean, you've got to get something started here, but I mean, really at this point, I think Rockport's got it in hand pretty well, and Metzger very upset over there on the bench, and rightfully so. Kind of has that left leg, it looks extended. He's had the ice on it before, just hoping that it's not very major, and that he can come back next week, and South Holt can get back to playing some serious ball like they know how to do.
Weller hands it off to Market, nowhere going. Gebhards was in there. Been Gebhards and Heron all night, just creating havoc. Big sophomore for the Blue Jays, takes him down for a big loss.
Yeah, and I'm just so if I'm Dalton Jones right now, I am, after this game, going to give my defensive line the biggest pat on the back of all time. They have struggled stopping the run and getting sacks, and tonight, I mean, they have just absolutely exploded. They have been so good for Rockport, and they've been one of the major stories of this game.
Good game plan defensively getting put on here. Hayes Weller goes back for a pass, does find Kemmerling. Kemmerling advances it down, gets it pushed out of bounds. Not going to be a first down, but he gets a chunk back here to get to a good third down position here. He finds Kemmerling for a nice pass.
Yeah, I mean, just try to get stuff started. I mean, if there is, such an unfortunate situation where, Weller has to start next week, I mean, you want to try to get him used to running this offense and throwing to these players and just try to get everything on cue. And, this is really great practice right here.
3rd and 8 coming up here for the Knights. Weller back there with Market beside him. Going to go for a nice little curl route. Biondo, good route, and he ended up getting the reception and reaches for one more yard, advances it to the 31 for a first down. Nice job there by Cameron Biondo.
Yeah, another great play. I mean, Biondo has he's gotten open. He kind of goes for those shorter routes, and then he's able to wiggle his way through the defense and gain extra yardage, and really yards after catch have been huge for him.
So 1st and 10, balance set coming up. Going for a pass, going to roll out to his left. That's his strong side. He's going to tuck it and run, which he might have to do that often because he's a natural ball carrier in general. He gets pushed out, probably advances it right at midfield. And there is going to be a flag, but that's way back deep in the secondary. Let's see what happens here. What's this call going to be?
Yeah, but the only thing I could guess is almost a hold against Rockport, but I'm not really sure because, there was no throw over there, so there's no pass interference, obviously. But
at the moment, it's going to be a gain of 9 on that rush. We're going to go block in the back on South Holt, so that rush gets negated. They're going to move back here.
Yeah, block in the back. I mean, that was way down the field. That was a very premature block in the back. He was ready for him to score and went ahead and blocked him in the back. And that was unneeded. Like, that did not have to happen at all for the Knights. And instead, they make, just a poor decision there and back their team up.
They marked it at the gain of 8 situation. So 10 yards after the march back will be 1st and 12 now.
They just threw another flag.
From the 28-yard line.
They're pointing over towards the sideline.
I wondered if a fan is going to get a warning of sorts here.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that same back judge throws a flag here.
There's another one.
I don't know. That's just going to be brothers in arms kind of getting together to say, yeah, we have a flag. So everybody's telling their players to stay in the game. We got a couple of penalty flags out there. I'm guessing it might be unsportsmanlike. I'm thinking on a fan, they got to at least give a warning. What's stopping somebody from going? There's a fan over there on South Holt's game. My bad. I'll leave. So I might have gotten removed from the game of sorts, but a Bronx cheer happening from the South Holt side of things. It's going to march it back even farther. So it was going to be 1st and 12, and now it's going to be unsportsmanlike, going to march it back even farther. Let's see where this ball ends up here for the Knights. Rough night gets even rougher here on this possession. So it was going to be at the 29, marching it back, I'm guessing 10 or 15 yards here on that unsportsmanlike. Looks like it's going to be the 15-yard variety, so it's going to be on the 14-yard line.
Yeah, you definitely don't see that very often, and it almost looked like he's on the South Holt sideline. You'd figure he'd be cheering for South Holt, but right as he got thrown out, the South Holt fans, erupted in excitement. So
I think they got erupted in excitement because they had a fan sticking up for what they did not like, the block in the back call. I imagine that's what he was complaining on.
I'm sure.
And so since he had something to say about it, the South Holt faithful thought that was fair enough to say, so they kind of gave him a little cheer as he exits the game. Can't have that happen, though, if you're a fan on either squad. Heller's going to go back for this 1st and 20-some-yard first down. He does find Kemmerling, so he gets a chunk of it back. That's what you got to do if you're South Holt.
Yeah, and just try to get back in this game. Unfortunately, your fans are making it tougher on your offense to, this backup quarterback, he's got to get snaps and he's got to get reps, and for your fans to cost you, a lot of yardage. Now, that's a huge, 15-yard gain, and now it's just 2nd and 15. That's a very tough break for the Knights.
Yeah, nice little pitch and catch there from Weller to Kemmerling. They're going to do more of the same. Weller's back to pass. He gets good protection. Finds nobody there. Can't find a connection on a receiver. Going to be incomplete pass, and 3rd and long coming up. 3rd and 14, 15 to go. 2:14 left in this third quarter. A lot of ball game left, interestingly enough.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't feel like it. It feels like 2 minutes left in the fourth, but just 2 minutes left in the third. We still have a whole quarter to go. And, just this entire, the atmosphere here has really died down since Metzger has gone out with that injury. Now that left knee is wrapped up on the sideline with some ice around it. I just have to see what happens with him.
3rd and long here. Weller is back to pass, going to let one launch. He goes long to Kemmerling. Ooh, that was close. I thought he was going to snag it along that sideline, but connection is no good there. It's going to be 3rd and long coming up. No, 4th and long coming up here. See what Coach Peterson decides to do.
Yeah, he did have an opening there. He had, one receiver one DB playing underneath and one DB playing over the top, and he was just kind of in the middle there. Neither DB was converging on the receiver, and, he had an opening, almost had him there, just kind of ran out of room there on that sideline.
So we got a spread out formation. Weller's very far back there. It might just be a quick punt situation. That's what it is. Meyercourt's going to receive it and return it, and he's got a lot of green and a lot of blockers in front of him. Meyercourt's going to score in another variety of ways tonight. Jack Meyercourt scores on a punt return for about 50 yards there, and just getting worse here for the South Holt Knights.
Yeah, and now Meyercourt has scored in all 3 phases. Special teams, offense, and defense. Pick 6, 2 offensive touchdowns, and now a punt return for the touchdown. That brings his total up to 4 tonight. He has been in the end zone a lot, and that just increases Rockport's lead 60-20. This one is just getting out of hand.
Yeah, unfortunately, just not a good night here for the South Holt Knights on an odd Thursday night game. 60-20 is the score. They're going to try to go for the 2-point conversion. They do get it in. Holmes is in for that. Going to be the kickoff coming up after this, but it is a score of 62-20, 62-20, big lead here. Kickoff coming up right after this. We'll be back to bring you more of this matchup here on the KMA Extreme here, KMAland.com.
Since 1892, Malvern Bank has been building community from 404 Main Street in Malvern, Iowa. For generations, Malvern Bank has been serving local businesses, families, and farms to help them achieve their goals in every step of their lives. From saving for college to planning for retirement and everything in between, Malvern Bank is your full-service community bank. Call, click, or stop in today to apply for an account, loan, or credit card. Malvern Bank, we build community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, welcome back on the KMA Extreme. 1:53 left in the third quarter. 62-20 is that lead here for Rockport, and they're kicking off. Short kick. Biondo coming up to gather it. Going to have to pick it up and run with it, trying to get some blockers. Does get around the edge on one guy, but Amthor comes up with that tackle for the Blue Jays, and Biondo comes up limping now.
And, another injury for the Knights, and that's just so unfortunate. Luckily, he's able to jog off there, but with a little bit of a limp. And, Biondo, I was almost kind of worried about him coming around that edge, and Amthor was hot on his trail. And if he didn't juke back inside, I think it would have been all Weston Amthor laying the hit stick on him. But he was able to go back inside and avoid that hit, which would have been probably quite a bit worse than, a little limp off the field.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line for the Knights. Minute left to go here in this third quarter. Does appear like we have the running clock situation right now as well. Knights do put a man in motion. And it might be a delay of game penalty here. Just couldn't get things quite wrapped up in time.
It was almost funny. Weller just knew it, right as he, took the step to the motion, looked up at the play clock, and he just knew that he wasn't going to get set in time and just kind of gave the shoulder back sigh and just knew it was going to go back. And that's kind of the game that the Knights have had. Just, a big drop your shoulders and a sigh and just, very unfortunate, obviously, with the injury to Metzger, but also, just the way that the team has performed.
Be a handoff there to Market. Does barely get that connection there from the handoff from Weller. Gets brought down for a loss. Another big play there from Heron and the big man on the inside for the defensive line.
Well, I cannot believe he got that. He was able to secure that ball because he was fumbling around and Ryder Heron just came right up the middle and hit him pretty hard. But he was able to hold on to that one, unlike the previous carry. But, just another loss of yardage and, the second in a mile.
So there is the end of the third quarter, 62-20 after 3 quarters. Rockport with that big lead, looking like they're going to stay undefeated here. Definitely going to be ranked going into next week if they can hold on to this one, which is kind of shaping out like they will. We got running clock situation going on here in the fourth quarter. KMA Extreme will be back right after this to bring you the rest of this 8-man football game.
Nutrient Ag Solutions takes the responsibility of growing seriously. As a leader in the ag sector, they provide their customers with complete agriculture solutions, including nutrients, crop protection products, seed, service, and digital tools for optimum customer success. Talk with Nutrient Ag Solutions in Westboro, Coyne, Percival, and Essex. Nutrient Ag Solutions, transforming agriculture and feeding the future.
Business majors at Northwest Missouri State University gain the knowledge and the experiences of agriculture as well as business foundations. Northwest's faculty focuses on 4 core areas: agricultural finance, agricultural marketing, agricultural policy, and economics of agricultural production. Career opportunities in this field at Northwest include agricultural sales representative, grain merchandising, agricultural lender, operations manager, and claims adjuster. Find out more about an agricultural business major at Northwest Missouri State University.
All right, welcome back. We're about to get the fourth quarter underway here. 2nd and 16 situation to go here for South Holt. Fourth quarter, 62-20. Weller's going to fake it, going to run the option, going to keep it himself, but he is cut down immediately. Melton there to bring him down. Not much going there offensively.
Yeah, nowhere to go. Kenan Milton. He knew that he had support on that option play to that out there. That was 22. That was Market, the running back. He knew that he had it covered out there. I believe that was Meyerkorth covering Market, and he knew that the only option right there for Weller was to run with it. And he just, very passive tackle, just kind of grabbed his legs and just laid him on the ground.
So we knew it was going to be hard sledding here once Metzger went down. In those first 2 plays, Hayes Weller had 2 passes that totaled 55 yards. But since those 2 plays, Seth, I don't think they've gotten really any positive yardage at all.
Yeah, it's been very, very tough.
Weller back to pass here on 3rd and long, and he's kind of running for his life, throwing across his body, and that was almost picked off there. Melton almost got his 2nd pick of the game. Good coverage there. Going to be 4th down here for South Holt coming up.
Yeah, great read there by Melton. Obviously saw his receiver was open, and he just kind of went in there, smashed right into the receiver, and tried to go for the ball, and couldn't quite come up with that one. But that was close to another huge pick. But, it's going to keep the drive alive, at least for the moment here, 4th and long for the Knights.
Weller back to punt once again. He does get the punt off. It's going to roll forward, but Meyerkorth catches it, and he slips down. He was wanting to score probably once again.
Yeah.
But that's going to be a punt return for nothing. Going to be down to the 31-yard line, and that is where the Blue Jays will start their drive there on their own side of the field.
Yeah, he got bit by the turf monster there. He almost was able to juke out number 15 there on their defense, and looking to make Kimmerling miss, but couldn't quite get his footing.
So, 1st down, running clock situation. A lot of time, I'm guessing, going to be on the ground from here on out here for Rockport. They are going to hand it off to Holmes. Holmes does find that C gap, and he's going to go for a 1st down, and then some. Does eventually get dragged out of bounds. Not until the 20-yard line. Probably a gain of 30 at least there for Brock Holmes.
Yeah, I mean that's just what he does. I mean he runs through people and he runs around them and he just makes them look silly. I mean he's a cartoon character. He will absolutely make your head spin, and he just did it right there. I mean, how did he even get through that? He had like 3 guys grabbing his jersey and he just ripped right through it. I don't think the DBs were even really ready for him to get out there that quick.
Yeah, he squeezed through that whole 34-yard run there from Holmes. A lot of things going right here for Coach Dalton Jones and his Blue Jays. They're going to hand it off to Holmes once again. He's got the middle and a hole and nothing but green, and he takes it in for a touchdown. Just adding on here on the punishment, they advance it on to a touchdown, brings it to 68-20.
Yeah, and there's Holmes' 16th total touchdown of the year. He has 2 rushing tonight and 1 receiving. He's had a great game, and he keeps having these great games, but as I've noticed, seeing a few of these games by the Blue Jays, is they hardly ever give him the ball. I mean, tonight, how many times has he touched the ball? Because it's under 10, and he's scored 3 times, and he has over 100 rushing yards. I mean, that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, man, you're right. He has 6 rushes for 91 yards.
Ooh,
does have a couple catches as well. So, yeah, he's touched the ball 8 times tonight and just done a lot of things with it. 2-point conversion, no good. 9 minutes left here in this game. 68-20, Rockport with that lead. We'll be back to bring you the kickoff right after this here on the KMA Extreme.
OSI is considered a premier global food provider by many of the world's leading brands. OSI delivers leading-edge food solutions for product development as well as processing. Much of it is done from their Oakland, Iowa plant. Being a leader in the industry allows OSI Oakland to give back to their communities by sponsoring area high school events, offering special programs for veterans, and other community outreach programs. Well, to learn more, visit osigroup.com and search for the Oakland, Iowa location.
All right, welcome back here. KMAland.com. South Holt hosting Rockport in this Thursday night 8-man football matchup. All Rockport tonight, 68-20. We're in the running clock situation. Rockport hasn't had many things go wrong for them tonight, Seth.
No, they have not. I mean, at all 3 phases have been working so well. Special team. Well, really, we haven't even seen a lot of special teams. We've seen maybe 2 punts out of Rockport, but that is it. And just a great game all around for the Blue Jays.
68-20. Ball is going to bounce down to the end zone for a touchback. And they got a flag on the long side of the field, too. We'll see where this goes. And we might have a double flag. I think the coach might have been pulling out some frustration there, and he might be getting a unsportsmanlike call there on Coach Peterson.
Yeah, this is going to come forward quite a bit. You see the flag come out, and then not very often do they have to use their hat as a secondary flag, but right there he did. He had to take off the hat and throw the hat, too. I mean, next thing you know, he's going to be throwing his watch on the field and just trying to get anything out there to signal if there's a foul.
So looking like Rockport will stay undefeated, moving on to 5-0. And they got a big matchup next week. I always get them mixed up here. Let's see, it's going to be Nottoway Valley, I believe, is who they're going to be playing next. Actually, I have that written down somewhere else. I got it written down on this other piece of paper. Let's go ahead and take this note here. Yeah, West Nottoway next week, 4-0. They're playing a Mound City team. Mound City's not the most strong team here, but can't guarantee a victory, but it's kind of unfolding that two undefeated teams will be playing each other next week. Actually talking here with Trevor Mader, even at the moment, we're deciding. We had our game slated for next week, but we might be changing it. I'm not for sure. We might figure it out. We might be here doing Rockport and West Nottoway next week. It's going to be a big one no matter what. At the moment here in this game, we got 8:58 left, and ball is marked on the, it's like 7-yard line, so not a great situation here for the South Holt Knights, as they're just not having a good night. Gets even worse.
Yeah, absolutely. And, almost, that's about the time that you want to do that. If you're a coach, if you want to get mad and, let everything fly at the ref, you're already at your own 15. What is, a couple penalties really going to do to you here? Back up halfway twice and then, just try to run your offense here.
Chain gang trying to figure something out here. Equipment foul. We're not going to get going until the chain gang figures it out. Not exactly sure what's going on here, but they got it figured out. So it's going to be 1st and 10. And the ref says, let's go on. So, hey, yeah, let's do it. Let's get go. Let's get playing here. From the 7-yard line as well, they will start. Hayes Weller back there, trying to do as much as he can here on a night that's just not going the Knights' way. Going to hand it off to Trevor Market. He gets met up the middle right away by Melton. Short gain there. Advances it to the 8 or 9 yard line.
Yeah, and I think, the Blue Jays have really proved a lot to a lot of people tonight. We knew that this was going to be a very, very tough game, especially against Metzger. And, I know Metzger, going out to start the second half. But, in that first half, they came into halftime, with 18-point lead. They were still, whooping them, even with, Metzger, fully healthy and running around and doing what Metzger does. They were able to get to him. They were able to get pressure, and they were able to score a lot of points.
Market gets the handoff. He is brought down quickly. Nice little gain, though, but takes it down to the 12, 13-yard line. But the Rockport Blue Jays are keeping them in front, and that's exactly what they got to do.
Yep, just keep them in front of you. Don't let them go all the way down the field and score and get in. Obviously there's no hope anymore. 68-20 with 8 minutes left. It would be one of the greatest miracles of all time. But just try to get some good defensive reps in, and make sure obviously nobody gets hurt, and just stay healthy and just get some simple tackles and make some good plays.
So 7:35 left. Weller's going to roll around. He does take the edge. He's going to get that first down. He advances it on. Nice little keeper there from the quarterback.
Yeah, he's obviously so good. Normally a skill position player out there at receiver, but coming in a quarterback, and really, for such an unexpected position and such an unexpected moment, I really am decently happy with Weller. Coming in and playing, he had such positive, first two plays whenever he came in after the Metzger injury, but to have a guy go down, who has 1,400 total yards on the season in just 4 games, and that type of dynamic X factor kind of player go down, it's just so tough.
All right, we'll go ahead and take a timeout because they're taking one as well. We'll be back right after this to bring you more of this 8-man football game.
No one succeeds alone. It takes support to get there. Sacrifices made by others, wisdom learned and passed on. When your business is agriculture, you dedicate your life to supporting community, doing the hard work that helps all of us thrive. It's why at PCSB, we believe in supporting you. Your success makes our community succeed. PCSB, we believe in you. Visit us online at wearepcsb.com. Member FDIC.
But there's
With a chronic respiratory condition, Rogers Pharmacy can provide what you need. Rogers Pharmacy offers a full line of respiratory equipment like oxygen, BiPAP, CPAP, and nebulizers. Rogers Pharmacy isn't a big box pharmacy where you may have to wait for days and weeks to get what you need. They're a full-service, independent, family-owned pharmacy, and they go above and beyond to offer you the quality service and products you deserve. See Rogers Pharmacy in Tarkio, Maryville, Mound City, St. Joseph, and Stanberry, Missouri. Visit Rogers Pharmacy online at rogersrx.com.
All right, welcome back to the KMA Extreme. First down there for the Knights. They did an option play from Weller to Market. Market takes it to the 36-yard line. Nice little gain of 4 there. Brings up second down.
Yep, just try to get some reps in. I mean, obviously nobody knows, the extent of Metzger's injury or anything like that, and nobody knows the status for the next week and whatever. There's a lot of uncertainty. Obviously, the injury just happened, so just try to get Weller in this offense and try to get him comfortable.
Weller going to go for a pass. Cannot connect with Biondo. Biondo was open, so incomplete. Going to bring up third down now.
Good to see Biondo back in, though. He limped off on the field on that previous kick return. He's good to go, though. That's good to see, but, just a little bit inaccurate there from Weller, a little high for him, trying to get it over those defenders, and especially, coming in backup quarterback, not having a lot of snaps. You're always afraid of throwing an interception. You're always, gosh, I don't want to throw a pick. Man, I don't want to throw a pick. And sometimes it happens. I mean, you got to just try things. You got to see what your limits are and just figure it out. And here's our water break.
And there's that water break we were taking back. So, hey, let's everybody take a water break. All right, we'll be back right after this to bring you the rest of this game here. Rockport leading 68-20, 5 minutes left here in the game.
Sid with Shaw Ag near Trainer. I'm learning all of the ins and outs of agronomy with my dad, Shane. I've learned that Pioneer seed is second to none and that they back that up with proven products and yields. I've also learned that if our customers have a question or a concern, we'll work until we figure out the answer or solution. I'm learning all of this because at Shaw Ag, we've made a commitment, and that commitment is our family helping yours. Call Shane at 712-520-1333.
All right, welcome back here, KMA Extreme. 6 minutes left in this ballgame, 68-20, Rockport with that lead. We've been talking a couple times here. Seth, we can't choose who's going to be player of the game for Rockport. Who are these candidates?
No, I mean, I would say that, one of your top guys is obviously Corbin Jacob. I mean, in that first half and obviously into the second half, but, most of this is, kind of just been the blowout side of things. But in that first half where it was really, really competitive, Corbin Jacob was just leading his team and completing passes and making plays whenever they weren't there. A lot of magical plays that you hadn't seen from him before, but now it kind of broke open.
Going back for a pass as well are going to be incomplete, going to bring up fourth down here. Another flag getting thrown out there.
Intentional grounding? Or no, roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer, going to be a first down there on a penalty.
But another one of those players that you could almost say is the player of the night. I mean, Jack Meyerkorth. He scored in all three phases. He has 2 offensive touchdowns, 133 receiving yards, and he has the punt return touchdown and the pick 6. I mean, he's been all over the field in all 3 phases, and then that last one, Ryder Heron. I mean, he has been an absolute disruption on the defensive line for the Blue Jays.
So after that penalty, first down, they're going to hand it off to Market. Market is met right away by the Rockport Blue Jays, taken down for a gain of nothing.
Yep, and Rockport obviously has their second team defense in here, and they're also they're still making good plays, and a great stop right there, and to try to get it down here. 5 minutes left. Rockport obviously owning this game 68-20.
So Weller's going to keep it himself. Blue Jays converge. A nice open field tackle there brings them down. Not much there once again. Gain of 1, if anything.
Logan Ellis, they're coming off the defensive back spot. I feel like a lot of these guys don't get a ton of playing time. Might as well give their names. Logan Ellis, nice tackle there on the right side, getting to the quarterback where he can get loose, reading that play and swarming the rusher.
So 3rd and long here coming up. Biondo moving right before the snap, but he actually gets set just in time. Weller's going to go back for a long pass. Pump fakes, makes a man miss. He's going to tuck it and run. See how far he can get down here to get that 3rd down. Trying to get the 1st down. Won't get it, but gets a chunky yards back.
Man, he got close there at the end. He kind of fell over. See where they spot it. Yeah, it looks like he'll be just a yard short. Man, he had a good fall forward there, but not enough.
So 4th and 2 coming up. 3 minutes, 45 seconds left in this game. Fourth and 2 coming here. Nice little run there by Weller to get it to this position. Hand it off there to, is that Market that gets that run? Looks like it. Yeah, it's going to be Trevor Market. And does he get the 1st down? Are they going to move the chains, or it's going to be right there? Needed 2. They're eyeballing it. And they're going to say that's going to be a turnover on downs, not getting it far enough. So turnover on downs, 3 minutes and ticking left to go. And this game is all but wrapped up here tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, this is obviously huge for the Blue Jays. You talked about being ranked after this game. I mean, they have put on a show here against the Knights, and we knew that it was going to be exciting and explosive. And the top player that you think of is Cole Metzger, and even before the injury, I mean, he definitely had some explosive plays, but I mean, they were just so limited by this great Blue Jay defense, who is came out here. They've proved something. They have shown that they are legit and they're here to play some ball.
So, rattling off some stats here. Corbin Jacob tonight, the quarterback for the Rockport Blue Jays, ends 11 of 12 for 217 yards and 3 touchdowns. His main target, Jack Meyerkorth, 4 catches for 133 yards and 2 touchdowns. As halftime was approaching, Seth, if you would have told me Jack Meyerkorth doesn't have another reception for the second half, I would have been pretty nervous if I were thinking that the Blue Jays might be getting things turned around. But he ends up with even some touchdowns in the second half as well. 4 catches, 133 yards, 2 touchdowns. Brock Holmes, 2 catches, 41 yards, and a touchdown. On the rushing side of things for the Blue Jays, Brock Holmes, 6 rushes, 91 yards, and Jacob ends up with 27 yards rushing. Pretty good performance from the Blue Jays overall. They're going to get a couple more rushes here. This is the second team, though, so not too much going on. Big stat game-wise for the Blue Jays. How do you kind of judge their performance overall, Seth?
Yeah, I mean, just so well-rounded. I mean, great coaching and just, looking at the offense, and, you try to gauge, like in the first half, how well everything went, especially, with the Knights at full health. I mean, they absolutely took over the game, and they won in all 3 phases, and they were able to get stops on defense, throwing the ball down the field. They just did it all.
So just a minute to go here for the South Holt Knights. Not a good night there on the offensive side. Cole Metzger still the leading rusher there in the first half. He had 71 yards. Obviously, that's what he ends with. Hayes Weller came in, threw the ball 17 times, did have 10 completions, had 120 yards. Unfortunately, did have that pick 6, and after the pick 6, couldn't really get anything else going. Weller also ends up with about 10 yards rushing as well. Just couldn't quite get there. Just couldn't get anything going overall. On the receiving side of things, Cameron Biondo hauled down 5 catches for 88 yards. Griffin Kemmerling, 5 catches, 77 yards. Hayes Weller in that first half had 49 yards and a touchdown, while Will Jackson also caught 3 for 22 yards. And this will probably be the last play of the game. Rockport coming away with that victory, moving on to 5-0. Big game versus Nottoway Valley, West Nottoway next week. Huge matchup here in 8-man football coming up next week. But nonetheless, Rockport coming away with that victory. 1 more play to go, and then that's it. That's all. Rockport comes away with a big win. Seth, what are the implications here for Rockport with this win?
Oh, this is an absolutely huge win for the Blue Jays. I mean, this can mean everything going down the line. I mean, this is really you just setting up your future if you're the football. I mean, you're setting up yourself for a great run. Whenever it comes playoff time, you are building confidence within your team. I mean, obviously, you knew coming into this, like, hey, we have a really, really good chance to lose, and not a lot of people are picking us to win. So let's just go out there and let's go prove to everybody that we can actually do this and we can make this thing work. We're not just fake 4-0. We're 4-0 for real, and now they're 5-0, and they are just rolling right now.
Yeah, one of the only undefeated teams not rated here in the state of Missouri coming into this week. They will be rated next week. Huge game here for Rockport. Like we were saying, I don't even know who's going to be player of the game. I mean, for Jackson Holmes to not be considered, he had 4 touchdowns and was all over the place. Tremendous night from him. Jacob had a bunch of touchdowns as well. Meyerkorth, 4 touchdowns overall. Just incredible matchup here. As we sign off, you have anything else you want to put up here, Seth, before we say goodbye to everybody?
I don't think so. I think that the Blue Jays spoke for themselves tonight.
There you go. Well put there. So they go ahead and take that victory at the mark of 68-20. They get the win, 68-20, coming away with it. Nice job by Coach Jones and his squad. Thank you guys for listening. We'll be back tomorrow for some normal Friday night football. But hey, everybody, check it out tomorrow. Thank you for listening tonight. Have a good rest of your night. Dusty Scale, Seth Morey signing off.